Why you gotta be a baby back bitch?
Listen, if I'd been prepared ahead of time, maybe. But I was not
Baby
prepared
back
ahead of time.
bitch. Ooh, baby back bitch.
And that's our intro.
What's up, everybody? This is the latest episode of our phenomenal wrestling podcast.
One hell of an intro.
Thank you. We are actually going to be touching base, seeing as this was the Superstar Shakeup on Monday and Tuesday, where Nell and I actually were at Raw on Monday, and then Tuesday was me, Nell, and Shell there.
I worked.
He did. He was very salty
I
about
wasn't
it.
invited anyway.
He was very salty about it.
I wanted to get you a shirt while we were there.
I appreciate you for even thinking of me.
But apparently you had the shirts that were there.
Yeah, like you already have every AJ shirt.
I have 2 AJ shirts and one
That-
isn't even a WWE shirt.
Oh, well, this is awkward. Anywho, but no. Starting off with Raw, the show kicked off with Kurt Angle in the ring. To be
Ow!
interrupted.
Yeah, to be
Bye.
interrupted, you piece of shit.
Shut the fuck up and let us talk and let me go. Quit being a salty little shit.
Look how loud you are.
That's enough out of you. Shut up, cats! Gotcha. Okay, to be interrupted by Sunil Singh just to have Jinder come out saying that he was the first.
It's Samir and Sunil.
Draft.
I don't know which is which.
Sumir's the injured one right now.
Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Jinder comes out and he's talking about how he's the greatest draft pick, blah, 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 blah. And he pisses Kurt Angle off enough to the point where he's like, yeah, why'd I come here in an SUV and not a limo? And then what does Kurt Angle do? Makes him defend his United States Championship against Jeff Hardy himself. Where Jeff Hardy then wins the title and becoming a Grand Slam champion. I thought it was a good match all in all. Jeff Hardy did a great job. Sunil tried to get involved at one point, and Jeff Hardy said no. And then there was no more Sunil after that. And that made it a pretty simple match going forward. But I enjoyed the match. How did you guys feel about it?
Jeff Hardy got his Grand Slam championship.
How did you get even softer when we specifically placed you in front of the mic?
Jeff Hardy got his Grand Slam, and that's what matters to me. Because, like I've always said, Jeff Hardy is the better Hardy. All the way. The cat took it.
No, Jeff Hardy getting his Grand Slam was well-deserved, being as Jeff has done a lot to his body, just for the sake of wrestling.
And he's always really fun to watch.
He is.
It also made me know that Jeff was going to Smackdown. Because they weren't going to bring both titles to Raw.
I still believed that they could have traded Seth, but that did lead me more towards Jeff actually moving over. Children.
That's enough.
That is enough out of you, Erickson.
I will drop kick you.
His name is Eric and it's spelled with a K.
It is not spelt with a K. Don't listen. Those people, whoever spells their name Eric with a K or a CK, are wrong.
That's how
What
he
about
spells
with a Y?
It is a thing.
What?
With a Y.
E-R-Y.
They're definitely wrong if they spell that shit with a Y.
Anyway,
Where'd it go?
the thing with me and Roz, but since I closed the bar on Mondays, I don't get to fully watch everything, so I miss a couple things here and there, but I catch the recaps, and it doesn't show everything, so it looked like a good match from what I seen.
I liked the match. It was, in my opinion, the best match that Raw had.
Yeah.
I love how now that he's older, when he does a Swanton bomb, he protects himself by just landing full force on whoever he does it to.
He's like, fuck that guy in particular.
Honestly, like, he just makes it look... He's trying to adapt slowly now that he's getting older, and I like it. It's whoever he's facing is kind of screwed.
Cut back on the drugs, cut more on the landing on you.
But he didn't cut back on the drinking. It's alright, though, because it is what it is. You have nothing to say about the match?
No, what can I add? It was a good match. Didn't like that Jinder went over to Raw because I feel like this is where his career goes bye-bye. Honestly, because there's nothing else for him, in my opinion.
See, that's where I think you're wrong, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah, well, you're full of shit if you even think that they're gonna do that.
It's a
just
possibility.
stupid.
I said once Jinder came on Raw, I'm like, oh, Vince is still pushing for this with Jinder, but it's
I don't
not
think
gonna get
so.
over. It's not gonna.
I think honestly, we might get a Brock versus Jinder match.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
why. It's gonna happen.
So
you
we're
know
gonna
it
get a
is.
squash match.
He'll probably lose with one F5, and that'll be the end of it. That'll be
Oh,
his
not
little
5.
push. I said one F5.
Not 5.
Not 5. No.
What?
Congratulations to Jeff Hardy. Fantastic. Hopefully he goes above and beyond, becomes champion the way he left. Hope he goes right back on top, brings back his old song even. I don't even care. Like, I loved when Jeff Hardy left. Love that he came back. Yeah.
That was his
but
own
it-
band, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But his theme is like so cool.
It
it's,
is.
It's
Well, I mean,
old school.
he
It's
has his
classic.
nostalgia theme going right now.
Right, but I when I hear that song, I think of Hardy Boys, not just
Yeah.
one Hardy.
When you hear like that song, you know not only is it Jeff's actual song,
It's
it is
Matt too, and that's where it
talking
gets
about
difficult.
Jeff's song.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like not only is it his actual song,
Yeah.
because he made the song, it's more associated with him, just him.
Yeah, and I see them doing that eventually, but at some point in time, not soon though. It'll come eventually.
Before we keep going, I'm going to point out how Shelby's giving me this face because my cats are scratching at my door. When they come over here scratching at the wires and they ruin the podcast, no, they're not coming in
They
here.
can sit in my lap and I will pet them.
They
and give
don't
them
stay.
I will make them stay.
No, you won't. Trust me.
You sound like a woman trying to trap a man.
Facts.
It's just a cat.
Anywho,
She
we're
said,
gonna cut.
I will make them stay. My milkshake brings our boys to the yard.
So I just-
And on to the
It's
next
better
match
than
I
was
just want
yours,
the cat.
Sasha
right?
and
It's better
Bailey.
than yours, I can teach
Honestly,
you,
this was
but I
probably
have
the
to
worst
if you
match.
want it.
Absolute worst match on Raw.
This was my bathroom match.
Yeah, like the Sasha Bailey match was literally a throwaway match.
It was a match set up just for the Riot Squad to debut.
Yeah, it was so boring. The crowd was not into it while we were there. Honestly, a majority of the people around us had no idea who the hell either of them were, which was kind of disappointing, seeing as they've
Bailey
been on the
and
main.
Sasha?
Yeah, they had no idea. They were
How do
like,
you
"Who's
not know
that?"
who Bailey and Sasha are? You're
They
watching.
were literally chanting, "Go purple-haired woman."
Yes.
That's
like, okay.
awful.
You watch.
Yeah.
If you're watching Raw, you should know who Sasha Banks is. She's there
At least Sasha
every
Banks.
week.
Yeah.
Every week. To
Yep.
the point where I'm kind of like, I think Sasha needs a break.
Yeah,
let her sleep for a little bit and then have her come back and be awesome. Because when you see her every week, you stop being impressed by her.
Go cosplay Sailor Moon in Anime Boston, you weeb.
Yeah, they had no
First
idea.
of all, I did cosplay Sailor Moon this anime Boston.
She did.
Shut up.
I know.
I was very happy.
Nerds.
But
Nerds.
Sasha's favorite anime series is Sailor Moon. So I'm like,
We'll talk.
I'm just like, cosplay Sailor Moon Anime Boston.
She would.
She would.
She would.
She'd look great too.
She would.
She would. But like you said, this was just for the Riot Squad to debut on Raw and attack Sasha and Bailey, giving it a no contest, which basically that's all there was to the match. Riot Squad is interesting, them coming over to the Raw, but right there you knew right away that Absolution was going to be leaving too. Because they didn't need two female factions over on Raw. So it made sense. I understood. And then that led into the tag team match with Rhino and Slater versus AOP. And AOP once again decimated them.
Well, you got to talk about the start with Heath and Rhino actually coming out like blazing hot, and then they died.
Okay, Heath came out blazing hot.
Rhino came out like a rhino.
Yeah, as usual.
But
But it didn't last long. And then AOP just destroyed.
AOP'd.
Basically.
I don't like the way that sounded.
Took a whiz on that one.
Do
I
you
hate you.
feel
I
any
hate
type
you
of
and
way about the
everything about
AOP
you.
match, or basically?
So this is what happened. AOP came out. Well, no, they didn't come out. Before either one of them came out, I went to the bathroom to pee. There was no line. I came back.
He
match
AOP'd.
I came back. Match was already over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
I was like, oh, what happened? Oh, Slater got destroyed. I'm like, oh, okay. So I didn't really miss anything.
No, you didn't, because then it led into Miz TV.
Yeah.
This was a very interesting segment
Oh,
because Sammy and KO were the special guests And basically, they were saying they got Raw contracts. Kurt Angle came out and was like,
No, you
no,
didn't."
you don't. And he's like, oh, you didn't get the email? Oh, it's okay,
Sami
don't
Zayn
worry.
wears glasses, guys.
Sammy's acting in that was priceless.
Oh, it was.
Sami Zayn looked like my grandpa, but 20 years younger.
Oh my god.
How old is your grandpa?
Well, he would be 66.
Accurate.
But like with the red beard and the little glasses, and my grandfather even wore the same kind of hat. So I was looking, I'm like, this is like a younger version of my grandfather up there, busting chops, putting on his little glasses, and I was like,
Just being like, wow, I got these, they impressed me, so I'm gonna give them contracts. Sincerely, Stephanie McMahon.
that was
Yeah.
also Stephanie McMahon being like,
Kurt was
you to
pretty
Kurt?
surprised that she could even type.
See, at one point
his
in
reaction
time,
was delightful.
during the whole them saying, oh yeah, we got this directly from Stephanie, seeing as your lack of being able to do this, blah, 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 we are awarding Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn contracts. I thought Stephanie's music was going to hit. And her be like, I never said that, but I agree, because screw you, Kurt. And that's right about the time where Kurt was like, you know what? That's fine. Whatever. Because guess what, Miz? I just got off the
Bye.
phone with Shane McMahon, and Daniel Bryan specifically requested for you to be going to SmackDown.
So bye.
So you're going to SmackDown. Oh, and by the way, the Miz Taraj isn't coming with you. This I kind of don't like. Because now, once again, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas are being buried to nothing and have nothing going on.
No. You know what they're going to be doing now? They're going to be following Kevin Owens around.
I don't think so. I
I
don't.
don't think so either. I have something bigger for them I just thought of.
You think that Bo's actually going to be with Bray at some point?
I do believe that's going to happen, but that's not what's going to happen next. I think the next thing, how you feel about Drew and Jinder, these two, I feel, are going to be with Slater.
Are we going back to
Interesting.
the Outcasts?
3MB.
Social outcast.
See,
Okay, but that could have been really good if
Baby! Because Heath Slater.
Because Heath Slater.
That-
No one appreciates Heath Slater the way people should appreciate Heath Slater.
Heath Slater's Baby versus Adam Cole.
oh, baby! Dude, at both shows, everyone in the crowd is Adam Cole, baby! And I loved every minute of it, and we knew
Really?
Adam
All
Cole
I
wasn't
remember
going
we
to be
got
there.
from the show was a lot of woos.
Woo!
That
Constantly.
and all the Rusev days. We didn't even get into the actual stadium. We were in the hallway because the doors weren't open.
Yeah.
As soon as we walk in, Rusev Day chants instantly. Like, that's Vince. Pay attention. Take notes, homie.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
Vince
he's
is
taking
one of
notes
our,
already.
like, 50 views.
Yeah.
He'll eventually be, and he's gonna be like, you know what? We should take notes.
No.
They're fired.
He's gonna take notes and he's gonna be like, that casket match is a good idea.
For somebody who's so pessimistic, sir, you sure do dream big.
I do dream big. You gotta dream big in this world. But
You're too pessimistic to dream
Shut up,
big.
bitch.
It's illogical.
going forward with that segment, Kurt also tells them that there's going to be a 10-man tag match with the Miz Taraj, KO, and Sammy against Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, and someone debuting later on in the match.
All these damn tag matches, man. Like, it really had to be a 10-man tag match? That was just too chaotic.
It was too chaotic, and they didn't have a lot of time either. I think they had like 10 minutes,
It was a 10-minute long main event.
which was like, what the hell?
For one setup.
Yeah. And then that was the end of that segment. Miz was pissed. Miz Taraj kind of were like, they were blindsided. And then it...
I kind of liked the end of the 10-man tag with that, though.
Well,
Oh,
get
yeah.
to there.
I liked that.
That was my favorite part of that.
Yeah.
And then that led into the number one contender tag match with the Awoken Hardy and Bray against the Revival, with the Revival losing.
The
which I saw.
Revival on TV, they didn't even get an entrance.
They didn't.
They got the jobber entrance.
Did they?
They
They
were
were
in
already
the
in the
ring
ring.
and it said the Revival.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, watching it watching it on TV, it was just like, oh, the Revival's in the ring. All right, cool.
Yep.
Their music didn't play, which is a
No.
shame because I love their intro.
Oh my god, the Revival themselves are great, like, technical tag team wrestlers.
I'm actually really mad that they would give Bray and Matt a title opportunity before they'd give an established tag team.
Well,
they're
I
like-
get it,
You get it.
but I'm not happy about it because the Revival's been
See, I was
shat
okay.
on this whole time. Here's the thing with the Revival.
I thought they were going to SmackDown. I thought that's why they lost.
Like, if that was the case, then I would have been okay with it. But no, the rival just got shafted.
Yeah, because they sent the wrong team to SmackDown.
Yep.
I mean, at least now the club might be taken seriously.
Probably not, because they once again blew a perfect opportunity for that too.
But more on that later.
Yeah, I'm so pissed about that. But anything? Do you feel any way about the tag match? No.
Just shakes his head.
Just shakes his.
He's sitting there like, I was asleep.
This one hurt the most leaving SmackDown because I absolutely love these two. And went to the backstage segment with Breezango.
I'm so upset that I lost Breezango.
The best part of the entire show was being able to Fandango, though. And I got Nell to finally Fandango, because he was just a stick in the mud the whole time, just sitting there, not...
What are you talking about? When the show opened with Kurt Angle coming out, I was standing chanting, "You suck," with everyone.
Well, yeah, but that's all you did the entire time. You weren't cheering, you weren't getting any cheers going.
Well, I'm sorry, the show kind of sucked. It's not my problem. You want me to stand up and cheer? Show me something that's worth me standing up and cheering.
Pause.
What?
Pause. Did you really just put on your AJ wristbands?
No, I was just...
No, he's had them on this whole
I've had
time.
them on the whole time.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. But yes, he
talked to him about
fandangled, I
he was wearing
fandangoed,
them.
loved
I
every
didn't
minute
even
of
see
it.
that he was wearing them.
You talked it. He went the light blue like this.
I didn't
Oh,
hear
yeah,
it like
I even
this.
said that to you. You're like, oh, yeah, that
I just
color.
knew which ones you were talking about because I know AJ. That's my boy. Soon to be real life best friend AJ.
I hate you.
AJ, teach me the ways.
Well, how do you feel about Breezango going to Raw? I hope this does something for them.
They already weren't doing anything on SmackDown.
That's how I feel.
They're not going to do anything on Raw, unfortunately, I feel.
But the good news is they separated them from the Ascension.
The Ascension came over,
Yeah.
too. They were one of the online announcements.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have...
No,
No, because if they separated
pissed
them,
me
then they
off.
could have given both of them a chance to grow and stop being this...
No, that at this point the Ascension's completely buried.
I don't
Yep.
think so.
No, I think if
You
you
think
had
there's
separated them, there would have
think
been a
there's hope.
chance for them.
The fact that they're on the main, the A show, as everyone likes to call it, you remove the stupid ass paint that you put on their faces, bring them back to the way they used to be from NXT. These two could be a huge threat in the tag team division.
They could, but I don't see Vince actually doing what he should
Well,
do.
I mean, if that's the case, then there shouldn't have been any reason for them to get
No,
exactly.
That's why
I
I
hope
feel
Triple
like
H
they.
was like, no, listen, my boys can do good, let me do this.
But that'll never happen as long as Vince is alive, and that's what sucks.
Vince McMahon could be in his coffin and he'd still be trying to, like, text creative, like, don't do it!
Yeah,
I don't like that the crowd likes them.
Love you,
Facts.
Vince text creative, make sure Roman wins the title 5 times this year.
Honestly, it's like just put an end to this. They need to start doing call down, like we did
Like,
in
I
our
need to jizz on my
universe.
coffin is basically.
They need to start doing call downs back to NXT.
I honestly
to make
think
the
the
teams
point
relevant.
that NXT is at, they should treat it as its own brand.
They should.
Well, they did it with Emma, didn't they? They brought her back down when she wasn't doing any good. They were
Yeah.
like, she needs more time to develop, let her rest.
See, it wasn't so much that.
They didn't send
Emma
Dana
was on
Brooke
her
over
way
so
out the
much.
door. That's why they did that.
And then revitalized her career, came back up, and then
As
Emelina
Emelina,
for, like,
that lasted not
30
even a
seconds.
week.
30 seconds. She came out went, nah,
you know what
bro,
they were
one
saying?
away.
They were like, she couldn't commit to the gimmick.
She didn't want to commit to the gimmick.
Yeah.
Who would?
Honestly.
Sable.
Her-
Because Vince wanted another Sable, and she was not that person.
No.
Emma was like, no, I like being who I am.
Yeah.
You, and that's why we don't have Emma anymore.
Yep.
Now we just have Tennille Dashwood. Did she... Last I saw, she was in the semifinals of that tournament for Ring of Honor. I don't know if she made it to the finals or not.
I don't know either.
Go, Tennille. You go.
Well, after that segment was the Ember Moon versus Mickey James match,
You got
which
to see your Bay live.
I did get to see Ember Moon live, and I probably died. Because I absolutely love Ember Moon more than anybody in the WWE. And then it's Becky Lynch second.
I will say, this one over here got snapshots of Becky.
I also got snapshots of Becky.
Look at my goddess.
she aight. I will say that Mickey James
Sold
that
that
Eclipse the
Eclipse.
best
Oh.
I had ever seen an
I
Eclipse
can't lean any
sold.
further back to stare at
Yes,
you.
you can. She sold that Eclipse like it was Stone Cold Stunning the Rock.
Facts. That Eclipse, she sold it perfectly, and it made it. She made it look great compared to where everybody else just like, nah, flops.
Now, what you might have missed because you were there, Nia was on commentary,
Yeah.
and Alexa was supposed to be there too, and Alexa came on the screen, and Alexa was like, I was gonna do it until I found out that Nia was there.
I can't
She
face
knew how
my
much that
bully.
title meant to me. She's such a bully. And she took that away from me. I'm not gonna subject myself to whatever she wants to do to me.
Yeah, we didn't see. We knew Nia was on commentary, but we did not
Yeah.
know
And
about
one
Alexa.
of the biggest pops of the night when Nia's music hits, everyone got up and like just cheered.
Yeah, when Nia was sitting there, she was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'm the bully.
Yep.
Of course she's gonna make this about her."
It's Alexa.
Yeah.
That's Rob.
Nia, Nelson Cabral, 13 Collins Street.
why are you giving your address now? Anyone can find
They
you.
don't know exactly where I live.
So how's Nia gonna find you?
You know how many Collins Streets are out? I can email her.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Isn't your fiance gonna hear this?
She don't care. She knows.
She knew.
She knows what?
She gave me permission on Tuesday to go up to Becky Lynch and ask her for her hand in marriage.
When Randy Orton came out, I heard her screaming, "Can we get married?" at him.
Yeah.
To be fair.
That's fine. That's
Also,
fine. If she
when the
wants Randy,
Usos
go
came
for
out,
it.
we looked at each other and we're like, yeah, because the Usos look damn good in person.
Okay, so wait a minute, hold on, because you talked about earlier how you thought about me with the AJ shirt. You didn't think about me with a picture of Peyton?
I couldn't get her. I was able to get Becky just barely.
Honestly,
We couldn't see honest to God, we couldn't see shit. Our screen broke.
Your screen, bro.
I
Yeah.
could only see Becky because she was literally. I was on the aisle seat and she was right in front of me.
and
I
where
didn't
we
care about much
were,
else anyway, but
Carmella's stupid table was in the way, so you couldn't see anything on the ramp.
I got a real good view of Carmella's butt though.
We'll get to Smackdown. We'll get
Yeah.
to the Melibration later.
Yeah.
Carmella butt.
But after
I
that
didn't
beautiful
photograph it 'cause I
eclipse,
felt like that was
Ember
inappropriate.
won,
about it.
and then it led to the next segment, which they showed what was going to be happening. It was going to be, they showed a male superstar and a female superstar in the silhouette. So I'm like, oh, so we're about to find out two superstars that are coming. So that's where it
That
was
was-
very interesting. And then we hear quiet. I'm like, oh my god, Dolph Ziggler's here.
Yeah, surprised to see Dolph back on Raw.
I lost my shit.
I was happy.
And then
Here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Come on.
exactly, and that's, see, I feel like they screwed up a little bit with him coming out with quiet, him being this heel. Like they did it perfectly with Ciampa, but when they did it with him, that he should have just kept the quietness going instead of him coming out to his theme.
At this point, though, I think they know that the way people react to Dolph, they're just gonna react to Dolph that way at this point.
Oh, they know he is the Shawn
He could
Michaels
co-
of this generation.
He could come out to the Macarena and people would still freak out.
Oh yeah.
I'm here to Macarena. I'm here to Macarena.
You think the crowd wouldn't
He
start
needs to come out.
Macarenaing?
I want him to feud with No Way Jose and come out to No Way Jose song doing the freaking Fiesta.
Oh my god.
I would love that.
That was also a thing
Did
that
you see
happened
that?
backstage. Jinder was going off about losing the title.
That it showed us.
Alright,
All right,
yeah.
good, because that was just perfect.
Yeah, it showed us that though.
Fun time fiesta?
Fun time fiesta. No way.
Jose,
No
way.
way.
Jose,
No way.
Jose, come on, Fiesta now. No, you like a Fiesta?
Oh.
Nelson's a sourpuss tonight.
I'm
know.
so mad we missed out on the opportunity to have No Way Jose and the New Day in the same ring.
Oh lord.
For now.
That would
For
be
now.
the biggest party.
Survivor Series soon.
Jesus Christ, sir.
Okay, but don't you think they could just have the greatest time?
Oh, they would.
They would, totally.
And then you'll have Fandango in the ring and everyone's dancing. It's fine.
Oh.
What's the next segment? We're going
Well,
too
no,
far.
this is still the same segment with Dolph where
Right.
he's in the ring talking and he's like, but you know what? There's something else. And then next thing you know, Titus Worldwide.
Sir,
You're missing
say it
something.
right.
There's one
It's
thing.
Titus.
Worldwide?
As he just fucked this recording up.
My bad.
Titus, we suck.
Shut up. That's enough out of you.
do
But
you
Titus Worldwide comes out, interrupts Dolph. They're talking to Dolph in the ring. And then Dolph cuts off Titus and he's like, you know what? You cut me off. You didn't let me finish. I was trying to say there's one thing and I didn't come here alone. And then in comes Drew McIntyre.
I was really surprised to see Drew McIntyre go to Raw.
I was surprised too, but what shocked me was him coming to Raw as a heel. I didn't see him coming back as a heel, and we were like, "Holy shit!" Like the crowd went wild for Drew,
Of course.
and it was perfect. What'd you feel, huh? Huh?
You just told me to say it. You just said that's enough out of you. And now you want my input.
You know what?
Nelson,
Let's go.
I would like to know how you feel about that segment.
I love Drew McIntyre. I love Dolph Ziggler. I love the fact that he went from a SmackDown just jobbing out to people and
To go to Raw to job to people.
Well, no, I don't think so. This is
No,
going to be
that's
something really big.
literally his new contract was he signed this contract for enough money for him to job.
I don't think he's going to job, especially with Drew
With getting
McIntyre.
paired up with Drew, I don't think he's gonna job, at least for a while. He's not until him and Drew split up. I don't think he's gonna job.
See, now this is where my prediction came into play. What's the possibilities now? You having somebody like Dolph Ziggler, and with Drew, Jinder's on Raw, and you have Heath Slater on Raw.
He looks up.
3MB, get the.
They're not. It's not happening. I don't see. I see. They might do a callback to it, like they did with Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, and Edge a couple years back.
Yeah.
But I don't see them actually putting them back together.
See, I could potentially see it. Like, this would be great for Slater. Turn him heel. Like, put them all together.
Fuck my kids.
I don't even have kids anyways. Like, that would be perfect.
I never had kids.
And then you could have Jinder and Slater
When did you take a
as the
picture of
tag
that cat?
team.
Out there.
Like, that would be perfect. And then McIntyre is the main event guy. And
She's
Dolph,
majestic.
like,
She is.
leading both of them in the right way.
Majestic.
She's taking pictures of my cats.
Oh, my sh...
Yeah, I am. They're cute.
They're adorable little troublemakers.
I will take them home.
No, they're my children.
You will not find Sedan. He will be in my sweater as I leave.
What
I
the
will
hell
find
are we
him.
even talking
I
about?
know.
here?
Everybody shut up. Go on to the podcast. What's going on? Anybody else feel anything about that segment?
I mean, we all kind of spoke our piece on it.
All right, then. And then on to the next one.
So back to about the cats.
Screw the cats.
Sir, that's bestiality and that's
But here we're
gross.
getting to like the appropriate time because Natalia's here.
No. Natalia was later.
Should be soon. talk more about the
Oh,
cats
wait,
around.
no, that's right. She already had the segment out back, and then her match was later on.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Wow,
Natalia-
you're really still unorganized, huh?
Oh, no, I completely... Because they only put her
Who gives
thing
a
on the
shit about
screen for
Natty?
like 30 seconds.
The fact that Natty had a backstage segment sets up for something that happened later.
Yeah.
Natty had her backstage segment where it was revealed that she and Rhonda knew each other and were
She
really
trained
good friends.
Rhonda.
That she trained
They knew
with
each
them.
other. They trained her. They're gonna be BFFs until Natty turns on Ronda, and then Natty's gonna tap out because of armbar. We've seen this stupid thing over and over
Yeah, well,
and
Natty
over
is very
again.
good at betraying.
The only thing
people.
different
Yeah.
with Natty now is that we've seen her kitty.
I didn't even see it.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. But you know, Eric's gonna go look it up.
No. But
Sir, the moment they announced nudes of wrestlers, you were like, is Paige on there? Before you started hating Paige.
No. I don't hate Paige. I love
Not
Paige.
anymore.
Before you stopped loving Paige like you used to, I'm sorry.
Fair. But the next segment was boring Roman Reigns trying to cut a promo. I actually made very good friends with the person sitting behind me during this because as soon as he came out, I was booing louder than anybody in that building, and I shouted, "You suck!" And he was like, "Wait, so this is what we're gonna do? You and I? We're gonna start You Suck chants, right?" I'm like, "Oh, you know." As soon as he grabs that microphone, he's like, "He's not gonna grab a microphone." I'm like, "He's grabbing a microphone."
And what did he do?
Grabbed a microphone. I was like, "I told you, let's go." And instantly, "You suck! You suck!" Right next to him, and he just sat there, and the dude next to him, biggest Roman Reigns fan in the building, was, "Whoa, Roman!" Only fucking person there.
Hey, by the way, your voice just hit a register higher than mine has ever hit in my life. Did someone grab your...
I mean, they gotta find it first.
It's really small, man. Get the magnifying glass.
Children!
These are so-
Children! Settle down.
Okay.
That was a high register.
But then he's interrupted by Samoa Joe himself.
I'm sorry, Samoa Joe is murdering this man on the microphone.
He is. And that's what I tried telling him. He was like, "This is the same thing that happened last week."
It's the
Same
same
thing that
thing.
happened last
It
week.
was
It
the
is.
exact same threat.
The
Same
exact
thing
same
that
thing.
happens last week. They boo Roman. They cheer Samoa Joe. Roman calls Samoa Joe a fat piece of shit. Samoa Joe, "Oh, really, bro?" And what does he do?
But he's a
He gets
heel.
called out a fat piece of shit, and then it's like, you know what? I'll take that, I'll walk away. And everyone else that hates... See, this is the problem I always have with people who hate on Roman Reigns, is that they will always forever hate on Roman Reigns. But it's like, hey guys, guess who's not here again? You're Universal Champion. Here's a nice picture of him, and this is where he'll be next week. Tune in.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. But
It's
but
almost
literally
like
that was
vacationing right now.
he's a heel.
Give me a
Samoa Joe
fucking
is a heel.
break.
No, he's a heel. That's what he's meant to do.
Uh-huh.
And that's what they're good at.
And that's what they're good at.
Saturday
I'm a
Nelson's
fat
doing.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'll see you later. Ha ha!
It's funny. It's funny because in my notes I was like, nothing happens. Guess we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But you set that up for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Onward.
Onward. On to the Natalya and Mandy Rose match. Mandy Rose actually looked really good in this match.
She did. I still give a lot of credit to Natalya because I agree with Shelby here. Natalya is a great technical wrestler.
She is.
She can make a lot of the women look good. Not saying Mandy isn't,
Yeah.
but Natalya definitely helped make her look better than what she is.
Oh, she definitely did because
Natalya
Mandy looked
can
great.
sell it.
And
Sell that experience. Like, she knows what she's doing in the ring, and she knows how to make herself look really strong, but she also knows how to make someone else do.
Yep.
So because she can sell it really well.
She
if
can.
you hit her, she's gonna make you think that she hits like.
That's
a
what
fucking
Johnny
truck.
Gargano does when he sells.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like he's dying. Literally
yeah.
dying.
She manages to do it without overselling, which is really
Yep.
impressive. Because like, I love Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose oversells a lot, and I love him for it. But I get why people are like, guys.
see, he does it too much.
He that's why I said he oversells.
Yeah.
Natty is the perfect balance where she's making the other wrestler that she's competing against look good without flailing about like an idiot.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Shawn Michaels Hulk Hogan match from SummerSlam when Hulk was like, yeah, remember when I said I was going to do 3 matches? I'm only going to do 1 and I'm going to beat you. And Shawn was like, okay, I'm going to oversell like nobody's oversold before.
Facts.
I remember that.
And when I first saw it, because that was 2005 SummerSlam, that was before like, because for me I got into wrestling late, so that was before the curtain was pulled before me. So I was like, damn, Hulk Hogan's killing him. And now as a motor, I'm like, Shawn was just heated.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I got into wrestling when I was really small, and then I got out of it for a while. Like when I was like 12, I stopped watching, and then I got back into it like 3 years ago. And I was like,
Oh, you stopped for a while.
Yeah.
I stopped for a while.
See, I've always gone back and forth.
I
Like,
would,
I
like-
watched in the
I
beginning.
would catch it
And
when
then
it was
I
on.
kind of pulled you back.
Like I would catch it if it was on, but I wasn't like
Yeah.
actively going out of my way to watch things unless I knew somebody who was going to be on it. So in the time that I missed, kind
You
of
missed
sad
the
to.
pipe bomb.
I miss CM Punk.
Yeah, you did.
Like I was there for the beginning of his career when he wasn't really anybody.
ECW.
And then when I came back, people were screaming CM Punk, and I was like,
What did he do?
what the shit?
And then you do
And
some
then
Googles.
and then I did some Googles, and I watched a lot of things, and I was like, oh, I can see why he's not with this company anymore. That would not sit well with Mr.
See,
McMahon.
I got into it really late. I think I was like 12 or 13 when I got into it. Because my grandfather was just watching Smackdown one night, and I was over the house. And the first person I remember seeing was Eddie Guerrero. Don't remember what the match was. I just know it was 2004 around SummerSlam, and that's when he went to a fight with Kurt Angle, I believe it was. And I remember seeing it on TV, and I'm like, what channel is this? I want to watch this when I get home. And then from then on, I watched it when I was a freshman in high school. We moved into my grandmother's house, so I'd watch it every week with him, Monday and Friday, or was it still
Friday.
Thursday at the
It was
time?
It was
Smackdown was
Friday.
on. Yeah, because I stopped watching in like 2005,
Yeah, so
and
Friday.
then I picked it back up like I said, like 3 years ago. So there was a 10-year gap for me, where I was like, I don't know who these people are.
I fell off for college for a couple of years. I came back, still off for a couple of years, and then I don't know what it was, but something just kind of like drew me back. And then I became really casual with it, and now I'm way more.
Do you know
back.
what dragged me back in it? There's this video about why Triple H, like this whole history thing about Triple H. My friend Craig showed us, and I was like, oh man, I used to love wrestling. And then I started watching it again with my stepdad, and I've been back in this hell ever since.
Yeah.
Wrestling hell.
I'll find the video, and I'll show you guys when we're done here.
Alright, so we'll stop talking now.
Yeah.
That can probably get edited out.
But
It's gonna stay.
yeah, like
Just how I kept Miss Fiance coming in on the other
oh
one.
yeah.
Oh, you kept it?
Did you?
I told you.
I did
Remember,
something
we'll
with
be
it.
right back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I gotta
because
listen to it.
I had her like in there. She was like quiet at first, and then she's like, "I'm trying to be quiet. Your dad's on the phone." And you're like, "Oh," and then I recorded something. I was like, "We will be right back," and then it just cut back to the rest of the podcast after that.
But like I was saying, she made Mandy Rose look good. Mandy ended up tapping out to the sharpshooter,
Of course.
and then
She's out.
getting attacked by Sonya. And Mandy and Sonya started beating the crap out of Natalya, and out came Ronda Rousey to save the day.
She threw some hands at Sonya.
She did, and then
That's gonna be a really fun little tiny feud to make Ronda look good, but it's gonna be real bad for Sonya.
Yeah.
what do you mean? They're on SmackDown.
True.
They got drafted.
We
Fair
forgot
enough.
about that.
Yeah, I completely spaced that. It's still gonna look bad when people are like, "Yeah, you got your ass kicked by someone who does not know their way around a WWE ring."
Yeah. And then leading up after that match was this pissed me off.
Oh boy.
Where it just showed up on the Titantron who was coming and in come
Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Yep.
I'm like, you know how crazy that crowd would have went, because everyone hates Baron Corbin, but he's the guy that you love to hate, but hate to love at the same time. And if his music would have hit and actually came out and attacked somebody or anything, that crowd would have went wild. But no.
But they saved that angle for somebody on Tuesday. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
That's what we should have called this podcast. But we'll get to that.
That'll be the episode title.
Then it leads to the next match, which was Breezango versus The Bar.
Yeah, because they had a backstage encounter earlier in the night.
Mm-hmm. And then it happened where Breezango rolled up. I think it was it Cesaro who took the pin?
Cesaro took the
Yep.
Yeah, Cesaro took the pin. And then once again, they ran out of the ring because Sheamus went to go break it up and he was a little too late, and proceeded to Fandango some more.
I'm really glad Breezango got the win. At first, I was very skeptical, but down the line, you see what happened.
I was
But-
hoping they'd get the win. I want them to be taken seriously because
Same.
they're both so good.
Same.
Like,
Agreed.
Tyler Breeze was not a champion for no reason. They deserve to be taken seriously, and SmackDown made jokes of them. I want them to destroy.
Tyler Breeze was never champion. Ever.
Never.
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
Prince Pretty deserves better.
Yes.
yes.
And then this...
But they brought him up, and he was like, "I'm going to selfie my whole way."
Oh.
Yeah, which was what he was doing. But
Yeah.
then they're like, you're going to feud with Dolph Ziggler, the guy who resembles you. And
You know what? That could have been really good, though.
But Summer Rae was involved.
Yes.
that was the problem.
Yep.
She lasted a day in the Bullet Club.
Continue.
But proceeded to Fandango, and then it led to the next segment, which really pissed me off more than anything of this night, was the backstage segment with Elias. And we didn't get to see him, hear him play, nothing, because Renee Young cut him off.
Yeah, he kind of got buried by an interviewer. That was interesting.
That was fun to me. I was just like, Renee Young has had a really rough night.
Dean probably came home drunk as hell.
No, like, with everything that was happening with her having to, like, get stolen away to deal with gender. Yeah, no, she was not dealing with another egomaniac. She was like, I conga lined today. I'm fed up with everyone.
I conga lined. I'm sick of gender. I'm not dealing with you lies. I'm going home and I'm hate fucking my husband.
Like,
Can you blame her?
Elias.
I don't see Dean the way you see Dean.
No. Elias. The most over guy on Monday Night Raw, and he gets a 30-second backstage segment.
Yep.
Like, what the...
At that point, they just wanted to get him on Raw when they were trying to squeeze too much other nonsense into Raw.
Honestly, but them doing that had me stumped, and it's like maybe he's gonna go over to SmackDown tomorrow.
That's what a
night.
lot of people
Honestly,
thought.
the thing that pissed me off was they did the exact same promo with Roman and Samoa Joe. They couldn't just leave that off the show and have Elias just do something. Because I don't hate Samoa Joe and I don't hate Roman. It's just, you did the exact same thing a week
Yeah, it
ago.
wasn't anything different.
Nothing
It wasn't.
different.
And they could have cut that out completely so we could actually get an Elias segment. in
Yeah,
there.
and Samoa Joe and Roman should have had that backstage segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have been perfect. And from backstage, we got the what does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias. The entire
I
crowd.
thought it stood for World Wrestling Entertainment.
No, it's Walk with Elias. From
Well,
now on, from
World
now
Wrestling
and forever.
Federation? WWE, World Wrestling Federation.
Can't talk about that. Thanks, FCC.
So the FCC won't let me be. You let me be me, so let me.
Oh
I mean,
my
if we can,
And
if we
it's
can,
another copyright strike.
Hey, we haven't got one yet.
Yet. I remember as a kid, I was watching it was still WWF. And
man, that was a
right
long
in
time
the
ago.
front, some guy was right in the front, and his sign said, oh, "Fuck the FCC," and it got on TV and everything.
Oh, I'm sure they made sure. that one got on TV.
And then suddenly you cut back later and that sign is gone.
Yeah, most likely, knowing them. But the Elias segment ended, and then it started the 10-man tag match. Everyone comes out, and then they save the best for last.
Dum,
And then what happens? Monday Night Raw got glorious.
No, I won't give in. I won't give in.
See-
Is this Shelby's hair?
Probably.
I shed like a fucking cat.
I find her hair everywhere.
Now I'm gonna go to work and they're gonna be like, "Whose hair's in your beard?" And I'm gonna be like, "Probably just Shelby's." And they're gonna be like, "What?" And I'm gonna be like, "Who? Who?"
Does Shelby still work there?
No, she got fired.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow, I had
she
a
was
short
abusing
career.
the Blazing Rewards. Yeah,
I had a short career.
Really?
yeah, she was the first one to go for that.
Oh shit.
And now she's at Applebee's and she
No.
hates it.
He got me a shirt at Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I had the shirt in my lap in the car for 5 minutes. I
Hair
picked the shirt
everywhere.
up, and it had like
But
my hair.
nobody thought
all
about
over it.
me for an AJ Styles show. You thought about
I
me.
thought about you.
But you
But I was
gave
told you
wrong
already
information.
have them.
I have 2 AJ shirts and one is before
I didn't know.
he even had an official WWE
I
shirt.
tried.
See, I didn't know
wanted
that.
to
I
get
thought
you one.
you had both shirts that he had there.
He has, what shirts did he have? He had the blue one, the one I have.
And then
Yes.
this is the house that he built or something like that.
This is his newer one.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope, don't have that.
See, I thought you had that one.
Nope, never wore it once.
Well, sorry!
I don't think
Well,
you're
that was
sorry.
Suck a sack. Back to the
See?
match.
That's not sorry.
Honestly,
I appreciate you, Shelby.
Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Wow, for someone who's like, I never swear in this podcast.
I don't care right
now.
now! Good match all in all. I thought it was a good match.
Felt rushed.
Even though it was only like 10 minutes.
Very rushed.
It was super rushed.
They definitely rushed it. And we didn't get to see enough of Braun Strowman in it. Because as soon as Braun did, match was basically over.
Well, but now you're going to talk about how the match ended.
Yes.
With The Miz going for the tag, and then
And
Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas
yes.
jumping off the apron, leaving him to die.
Yes. And
But
Rip.
before that happened, can we talk about that Braun Strowman drop kick?
oh, yeah.
He is too athletic for his own good, and it's scary. Get off Discord. We are doing a podcast.
I'm listening.
That was another thing during that match. The dudes behind us were like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming" when he did the drop kick, and it's like
he does
he
that.
does that. Like, do you not watch wrestling? Like, pay attention. Like, I understand you want to go to the show, and if you don't understand, like, know certain superstars, that's one thing. But if you're just gonna sit there and be obnoxious half the time.
I don't want to talk about obnoxious.
Yeah,
We'll get to that.
Tuesday was terrible. We had the biggest douche behind us.
The douche from Sausage Party?
No.
Worse.
Like, I thought I was gonna stunner the guy in front of me. I was gonna do worse to the guy behind us.
Yeah.
What were you gonna do to him,
He was
Squidward?
about to catch a curb stomp real quick. He was just mad ignorant.
Are we talking Seth Curb Stomp or like
American History X curb stomp.
That's racist.
Oh my god. But the 10-man tag match was rushed. Didn't see enough Braun. Didn't even see enough Bobby in it.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for Bobby Lashley to get his spotlight. Other
Yeah.
than just holding Elias upside down for 30
Or
seconds.
did you mean Bobby Roode? There were two Bobbies.
That's actually
This is the match of the Bobby.
that's funny
Bobby
because
versus Bobby.
It's Bobby squared.
the fans were shouting,
Baba?
"We want Bobby!" Bobby Lashley gets tagged in. They weren't too happy about it, and then there was a Twitter post saying, "Oh, we should have specified which Bobby."
I mean, you should have. You really should have.
But
Bobby squared.
Bobby squared.
that happened with the whole Mr. Raj hopping off the apron. He caught the
so good.
running power slam. 1, 2, 3, rolls out of the ring and just laid against the apron.
Looking distraught.
Distraught, just staring at the Mr. Raj, KO, and Sammy. And honestly, I thought they were actually going to try and go with like an NWO thing going on there. And I'm like, oh shit, they're doing this. They're breaking the walls down.
Chris Jericho?
Yes. I was hoping to see Chris Jericho, but then I found out he's in a tour, and I think in Florida right now.
Yeah, he's really breaking the walls down.
Yeah. But that ended the show. Honestly, I personally thought Raw won because of the call-ups they got the week before, including the draft. You got the best woman in NXT on your side. You got the best tag team from NXT on your side. And then Bobby Lashley's return was monumental as well.
See, I think AOP is a great act, but I don't think they're the best tag team in NXT.
I think they're the best tag team.
I can't wait for it to be made a joke of like every other NXT tag team.
I don't see that happening. That they fit Vince's perfectly.
Big sweaty men.
Fact.
So they're gonna skyrocket, and that's why they're burying Heath Slater further in the card. But
I don't think they're going to. The minute they have to cut a promo and Paul isn't with them, they're done.
Honestly, no. Because the following week on Raw, it showed like a WWE exclusive from the week before, and Akam actually talks really good English. I think we were getting swerved.
I don't know.
No speak English.
Because he's actually Canadian.
No speak English, asshole.
And he pulled it again on Tuesday.
Yeah, he did. And now it's my turn for Tuesday.
I actually have something you don't know about on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, the
dark match.
Yeah.
In the pre-show?
Oh, there was a pre-show.
So what happened on the pre-show?
So we had the Perfect 10.
Oh, he actually did something
on the pre-show. Yep. He faced. Who was it? Davari.
No. It was Primo Cologne.
Cologne. Yeah, Primo.
You mixed up the Arab with the Mexican.
Forgive me. But
Santa Maria.
But yeah, he faced Cologne, and the crowd went wild as soon as his music hit.
I wouldn't say wild.
No, they weren't wild.
They were into it, but I don't know. Like it seemed like it was really hard for everyone to get on the same page about when to chant 10.
Because everyone chants 10 whenever
for
they
everything
want.
now.
It's like half of them were like knew who this guy was and were like here for this.
Yeah.
And the other half were just like, this is what we do, right? We just scream 10 at this guy while flailing our arms around, right?
Yeah, that was but it's very hard to get on because literally they shout 10 for everything now.
Ref goes to count, ring out,
10.
starts at 1.
10.
10. What number is he on?
Exactly, and that's why he's gotten lower and lower, and to the point he's on a pre-show now. Because Vince doesn't like him.
He's not even on a pay-per-view pre-show. He's on a Smackdown pre-show.
That's not getting put on the internet either.
It was a good match, though.
It was.
Like
because Ty Dillinger is so great
Ty's
in the ring.
great. Primo actually doesn't get the credit he deserves.
No.
That whole tag team
By the
doesn't
way,
get the credit they
when
deserve.
did they come back? Because they were gone.
WrestleMania.
So the Colognes came back at WrestleMania?
They were in the pre-show for that.
Because interesting fact for you, they left when they found out that WWE wasn't gonna bring back Carlito.
Yep.
So the Colognes were like, okay, we don't want to be here anymore because we don't see ourselves going up.
Which
now
is
they're back
fair.
again. Maybe there's talks again.
Didn't
with
one of
Carlito.
them show up last week in one of the matches?
I don't
One Cologne showed up and it was like a 5-man tag or something like that.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember
I didn't get
that.
to watch last SmackDown. I was at work.
I was at work, that's right. Let me flip back to my previous SmackDown notes.
No, because I watched SmackDown with you.
No, I think...
When I heard that song go off, I was like, wait, they're
Maybe
back.
it was the week before. There was a Cologne.
They were in
the Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, they were in the Andre the Giant
There
thing.
was
I
a
didn't
Cologne
notice
in like a 6-man
were
tag,
there
5-man
really
tag,
brief, but they
something
were
like that.
Yeah.
And I only caught that because
But-
my stepdad was like, "Did you see that there?" And I was
Whatever.
like,
Yeah.
So now, with the main card of SmackDown Live, it opens up with AJ Styles cutting a promo on Shinsuke because this is 2 weeks in a row now that he's been hitting the dick. It's kind of not cool.
"Huevos," as he said.
We're gonna get that because you didn't get to see that.
So,
I wish that was on live.
AJ was talking about how when you fail, it shows who you really are. And he talked about that match. He said, I succeeded, he failed. He's not just an artist, he's a con artist. Shinsuke showed his 2 colors, and then he said, I'm not leaving until I confront Shinsuke Nakamura. And Nakamura didn't come out. You just heard Aiden English.
The crowd went berserk.
Yes, because Rusev.
Rusev is over as fuck. Aiden English introduces Rusev. And they have a very, very quick match where AJ locks in the calf crusher and English almost instantly breaks it up.
Yep.
For the quick match that they had, I guess it was okay.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't anything too great, but it was just a setup for later on in the night because English breaks it up and they start beating down AJ, and DB, Daniel Bryan, comes down for the save. Aiden and Rusev run off, and then we cut to backstage. Shane is watching. The new general manager, Paige, comes along and does her best Teddy Long impression.
Fun fact, that was pre-recorded.
You could tell.
Yeah, you could tell.
They weren't even there. I know they weren't. Because at one point during the show, they were like, oh, Shane McMahon has made this a blah, blah, blah. It's like Shane McMahon would have came out himself and did that.
Yeah, not only that, everywhere SmackDown goes, Shane McMahon comes out. Like, I would have loved that. If Shane McMahon was like, what's up, Providence? I'd be like, what the hell's wrong with Providence that half the people on SmackDown don't feel like showing up to? Because all the guys that
It's
went
a
to
small
SmackDown
arena.
didn't freaking show up. It doesn't matter if it's small. You show up to your job. Bet your $5 Roman Reigns would have been there.
It always comes back to Roman.
Roman doesn't have a choice to show up to his job.
But Brock does because Brock's a piece of trash.
Glories of
So-
being a part-timer.
Cuts to the backstage segment. Paige does her best Teddy Long impersonation, which she actually says she's going to do her best Teddy Long impersonation, and says, I'm going to make a tag team match, playa, in her British accent. She does the little
Holla,
hop
holla.
up and down, holla holla. She leaves. Shane starts doing it. She comes back, and they have this little awkward, like, I'm
That happens.
I'm not commenting on this.
I'm going to just go.
And the best part, after she walks back out the second time, Shane was contemplating it
He
again.
thought about it.
But
I
he's
think-
like, no.
I know I in the crowd was doing it, and I'm pretty sure I looked around and saw a few people doing the same little hops.
Holla holla holla.
Honestly.
So next, it leads to Shelton Benjamin coming out to the ring. The newly singles competitor Shelton Benjamin, because
That's
Chad
right.
Gable is one of the online people who went.
Because we missed talking about them. Because the Ascension went over to Raw, online. Chad Gable,
Zack
Mojo
Ryder,
Rawley,
Mojo
and Zack Ryder.
Why they didn't split those two up is beyond me. Because if they're not going to keep them as a tag team, then
And they're not
split
having them go
up.
further with the feud that they were supposed to be having.
Nope.
Like, it's pointless.
Why keep them together?
Because
But the
they
shocker
guess.
for me was Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Well, no, they brought him over to Raw so he can tag team again with.
But
Jason Jordan.
Jason Jordan's out for a
Whenever
while.
he comes back.
So, like, honestly, I felt like that was a point. If anything, they should have brought Jason over to SmackDown for him to come back, and they could be, like, tutored by Shelton.
Yeah, I still like that idea.
Because that's what they were planning on originally, before Shelton re-signed, but he got injured and had to get surgery.
Wait, Jordan didn't go to SmackDown?
No.
No?
Maybe this is to revive his career again because American Alpha was like the best thing going for him.
Because
Right.
they made him a whiny piss
And
baby
now,
on Raw.
and now on Raw, you can make them into a team angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
You know who else you missed? Mike Kanellis.
Yeah,
And
I
he's bringing
forgot
his
about
wife.
him.
And he's bringing his wife. Yeah,
What
he's...
happened to him?
Maria had a baby.
Okay.
So he took time with her because he wasn't doing anything anyway.
Yeah.
That was a lost
There,
cause.
we swapped the Miz and Maurice for Mike and what's her face. I cannot even remember her name.
Maria. I love Maria.
Well, we swapped power couples.
I'm still waiting for Shane to come out one SmackDown. We didn't draft Maurice. Get out of here.
She's there and he's like, we didn't want her. We wanted him, not her.
But so, Shelton comes out and it's announced that he's going to have a match. But before he does that, he talks about how he tweeted that Chad Gable's going to do great things and he wished him the best. And then he said, also, last night my Twitter was hacked.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
turn.
Shelton just went heel.
I mean, American Alpha was already on that edge, so
Yeah. American Alpha 2.
Yeah.
He said,
2.0.
I don't need Gable. I never needed Gable. Gable needed me.
Not
And he
wrong.
asked for some competition, which Paige said she was going to give him. So who comes out? Randy Orton. And we're just like, oh, wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
We're gonna bury him. I looked at him like, oh, he's getting buried.
Yep. But then Randy
It was a
stopped at the
swerve.
ramp. He took a second, and you're like, somebody else is coming. And at that point, I was like, I knew it's Jeff or Seth.
This
I would love for Seth, but I'm pretty sure it's Jeff.
this guy right here, and I'm pointing at Eric because people can't see, was insisting all night that Seth Rollins was gonna be there, and I was like, Raw is not giving up Seth Rollins.
Monday Night Rollins. They're not giving that
They are
catchphrase
not.
up.
They are not giving up Rollins, and he was just like, no, Seth is gonna be here. Seth is gonna be here. I'm like, they're not sending Seth.
It's been rumored for a very long time he was going to SmackDown.
But it was also rumored that AJ was going to Raw, and that didn't happen.
There's reasons for that.
And there's reasons for Seth.
Monday
But
Night Rollins,
why?
man, because you can't put Tuesday
'Cause-
Night Rollins. It doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, but they have better things. But
Tuesday night
literally,
Seth down live.
like, what is Seth gonna do over on Raw?
Burn it down.
Be the Intercontinental
Yeah,
Champion.
what is Seth gonna do over and over? What's Bobby Lashley gonna do? What's Bobby Roode gonna do? This Raw is so booked full of people. But hey, at least you have a guy who shows up twice a year as your champion.
But that's the thing. Seth shouldn't be a mid-card champion. He's world title caliber.
Yeah, well,
that's why he should have went over to SmackDown.
Maybe
Finn Balor should have went over to SmackDown.
Yeah.
I would have gone berserk. I already almost knocked people over, but that was later on.
I guess we'll get there.
Becky.
Dude, get out of my way.
Yeah, so, and then Jeff Hardy comes out. For most of the match, Benjamin works Hardy's legs, which, you take out the high flyer, but Hardy ends up winning with a Swanton Bomb. These two, with their chemistry from their old Intercontinental title feuds, did not lose a step with each other.
No,
their
it was a good
chemistry
match.
still was strong as hell.
Yes.
And Shelton took a very, as we talked about with the Swanton Bomb, a very upsetting Swanton Bomb.
Yes, definitely. Honestly, it was a really good match because Shelton is still amazing in the ring. Jeff is always going to be Jeff Hardy, where he's going to do the high-flying stunts that his brother wouldn't do, which made that tag team extremely great. And
They complemented each other.
that's exactly what it was. But Shelton and Jeff, they don't miss a step.
It was a good match.
That chemistry will forever be there.
Quiet Pouty Pants?
No, I talked.
You haven't...
Oh, about this match?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do with Shelton. Shelton, I fear,
Bury
is
him.
gonna just disappear. Honestly.
He's going to get lost in the mid-card.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be
and
sad.
that's bad if you get lost in mid card for SmackDown, because there's no room for you to get lost in SmackDown. There's not enough time. Raw, on the other hand, you can show up for a random stupid match. You have the 3 hours.
3 long hours. Now it cuts to The Miz cutting a promo on Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
The Miz then said, "Why would I go to Providence? I'm actually here in LA," and he showed Maurice and their baby.
Maurice was definitely wearing those sunglasses because she's got like brand new mama bags
Yep.
under those eyes, where she was like, I don't have the time for the makeup to cover these. I don't have the energy for the makeup to cover these, but I don't want to have them on TV.
Yep.
So here are some killer shades, so I just look stunning.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put any effort in right now.
And that was the classic case of "I'll be there next week."
Yep.
That was the
That's
theme.
all he did. He said,
That
"I'll
was
be
the
there next
theme-
week."
That was the theme of this week.
Dude,
Lesnar
we
will
got
be
shafted
there.
2 tag matches.
Lesnar will be there next week.
We got shafted
Miz will be there
twice.
next week.
I just want everyone to know they advertised 2 2 title matches for this SmackDown.
Yeah.
We didn't get any.
'Cause
I
it was-
feel like
It was AJ versus Shinsuke for the WWE title.
I was watching, and they advertised that for Wednesday night. Tonight. We are recording this on Wednesday. It was advertised for a live event Wednesday.
Wow.
They were-
last week. You remember?
they
It
were
said
saying
Tuesday.
SmackDown.
Yeah, I said Tuesday.
They were saying
SmackDown
live
Live.
from SmackDown in Providence.
It was all
Well,
Yeah,
over
because
just
the
see
whole brand now
Carmella-
is SmackDown Live, and they are in Providence tonight too.
But
So I saw it, and I'm like, I only heard it once. Maybe I misheard it. I don't know.
But like even on the radio ads, they were saying Tuesday night it's gonna be
Yeah.
the women's champion Carmella versus Charlotte. We didn't get that match either.
Well, somebody messed up somewhere.
Honestly, because
I felt robbed.
we got robbed, and because
Also-
those would have been great
Also,
matches.
now that we made known that we went to Providence, maybe you should edit out my address.
Okay, but then
Oh no, Naya's gonna find you now. If Naya don't, Brock will.
I don't want to get swatted. There's a kid named Nelson Cabral who's working here. He's gonna bomb places. Like what?
So now, that ends up leading to the announcement that Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose are coming over to SmackDown, and they're going to be with Paige. I wonder how that's going to go now with Paige as GM,
Yeah.
but, we'll see because they weren't there.
Yeah.
And Paige didn't comment on it either.
No?
Nope.
Because we only got that one Paige segment.
Because she wasn't there either. I think they recorded that. I think they're actually in Saudi Arabia.
Maybe.
It makes sense because Tucker Knight is actually in Saudi Arabia right now too, helping A-Train trade people.
Well, I'm not sure if Paige would be there because all of the women actually aren't going to the Saudi Arabia thing because they
Sonya and
physically
Mandy
can't-
are there.
No, they can't.
They can't perform there. So
Because
they
they're- 'cause
all
of
of
their-
the women said they
I
weren't going.
have the list of the people who were on the plane for Saudi Arabia, and Sonya and Mandy are on the list of who went.
Yeah, but they're not performing.
Yeah, but they're not. But that doesn't mean Paige isn't.
Which,
gonna
by
be
the
there.
way, bullshit.
I saw that they were thinking about having like an all-women show to like make
Well,
up
this
for
is
it.
another
but
thing too. You're going to a different country. They might not view women as like
Yeah,
fighters. You
It's
know?
definitely because
It's-
of where they're going. But
yeah, it's the country.
I mean, this is a country that I believe that cover their women up with like on their faces too.
Yeah, they
like,
wear the burqa.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
Uh,
see women fighting each other like this.
Can
know?
you imagine them how they'd react to like
Yeah.
Sasha's outfit, they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Bitch is wearing what?"
What about Charlotte's?
Imagine how they would have backed into Sable back in the day.
Or Natty's new kitty.
So next,
Keep talking about
we
this.
have a singles match between the tag teams that will be fighting off for the SmackDown Live tag team titles. But it's Jey Uso versus Luke Harper. Very quick match because outside interference. Luke Harper wins, hitting a discus clothesline on Jey Uso while he's on the apron. Pulls him in, pins him. They start fighting, but now, as they're about to do the hammer spot that they tried to do before with Jimmy on the stairs, Naomi runs down
I was surprised.
and
about
is like,
that.
"No!"
Yes.
Like she sounded like the dude from Austin Powers when he was standing for the cement
we
truck.
couldn't hear her. We just saw her like saying, "Please don't." Like mouth. Like we
Like,
saw her mouth doing it. but
I
we
heard her
couldn't hear
screaming on TV like, "No! Don't do it!
Yeah.
No!" And I was like, "All right, you're getting Melina tones there. Calm down." I get your husband's about to have his face smashed in, but and the Bludgeon
Now I know which
Brothers
one she's married to.
actually didn't do anything. Like they picked up the hammers and Luke Harper was like, "Hey,
We're not
leave
gonna
it
hit a
be."
lady.
Yeah, and then he just went away with it. And
See,
I was like, all right.
For this segment right there, I feel like it was a missed opportunity as well on SmackDown. Because I feel like someone that they drafted, a faction from NXT, should have came out and let their authority be known by destroying the Bludgeon Brothers and the Usos and stating claim to what they've worked so hard for, insanity.
See, I still believe, like I believed before, that they're not actually going to show up until after the Usos title feud with the Bludgeon Brothers is done.
That was the same thing with me, and I told them to as well, because I have this fascination with something. But I thought it was a missed opportunity too, because had they go and attempt to smash Jimmy's head in with Naomi, like, why not bring Roman into SmackDown? His theme music playing.
I looked at him when he said this, and I was like, "You are really on this Samoan
No,
stable."
but am I wrong though? That would be really freaking cool.
That'd
be very different.
There is
For
more
everyone
chances.
watching, these two have like their heads set in certain, like around certain ideas.
Listen,
And when they actually if it actually happened, we would have had to have them go change their clothes.
yeah, highly accurate. If Dean's music hit, you would have had to change too, so shush.
Listen, Becky's music hit, and I was about to be like, "All right, hold on, guys, I need like 5 minutes."
She was a little too moist for this.
Facts.
Hold on.
So now, when we cut back from TV, there was a Sin Cara in the ring, and I was like, he still works for the company?
Sin
Yeah.
Cara's, you guys didn't get to see Sin Cara's music.
No, he
had
got a jobber entrance, yep.
Oh, we got to live. We got to see it, but
Yeah.
I'm happy he got the
He got
jobber
the jobber
entrance on
entrance.
TV.
So at that point, when I see Sin Cara just standing in the ring, I'm like,
Rest in peace.
who's coming to kill Sin Cara? Because he's on TV, he's dying.
This was a swerve. I didn't
And
see this.
I did not see this coming, but I think this was the biggest switch from Raw to SmackDown or SmackDown to Raw.
Facts.
Samoa Joe got drafted to SmackDown, and I did not
Point
see that
to
one coming.
Nelly.
It's kind of the lifeblood that I think SmackDown needed, though.
Oh my god, yeah, because
It's
Joe...
like pumping juice right back into a show that was like, unfortunately, having very sad, lackluster matches. It has the better writing, but its matches have been disappointing.
Honestly, especially who was Joe's last feud within NXT?
Nakamura.
Nakamura.
But now Nakamura's a heel too.
That's perfect.
But who is Joe's biggest rivalry in TNA?
AJ
Styles.
And that's what I'm really looking forward to, because Joe, they had a okay squash match. Like, Sin Cara actually did do some
He
damage.
didn't botch as much. At least it didn't look like he did live.
But Joe... Bailey botched on Raw.
Yeah, she.
Yeah,
I remember that now.
See, you can't see botches too much. Bailey's was super noticeable.
It was bad.
I was in the bathroom for that whole match. So.
It almost started a
And that's
UF
how
dub
quick it
chant.
was.
In Raw, I'm serious. People were starting to chant that.
Well,
The
Joe,
fact that you noticed it live is noticed. Like,
Yeah.
That's
it's
bad.
Joe,
because you guys didn't see Jeff Hardy have to literally hop
No.
to get underneath Jinder Mahal's knee at one point. He was laying there and he was like, "Oh wait, hold on," and I was like, "Did he just like scoot?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did. He landed in not quite the spot he needed to.
Scoot, scoot, scoot. So,
He cha-cha
yeah, so
slided
Joe
in.
shows a lot of aggression like Joe does because he's Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
And then he cuts a very vicious promo saying that SmackDown was the land of handouts because he was not there to take all of the opportunities that he deserves. He comes out saying...
But he's not wrong.
He comes out saying he'll put our precious Daniel Bryan to sleep. He'll defang the Viper, and this is the big one. He said he will demasculate AJ Styles. And that is when everybody's like, that's the match we want.
Yes.
And this is finally Joe's opportunity to be champion.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. It's happening now. Because it's not going to happen on Raw.
So, then, what we get at home, I don't know if you guys got it, they finally had a commercial for the pay-per-views going co-branded.
Yes.
We saw those, yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
You don't like the
Talk
song?
about... Okay.
I liked the song.
Just the way they did it was just like
Because it was
weird.
on Monday Night Raw, too. And it was fun.
See, I don't care. It's not the song that's
I love
got me
everybody
thrown
dancing.
off. It's what they're using for the promotion for the upcoming Backlash with all Stone Cold vignettes.
Well, someone's gonna get stunned.
That's like I meant to look it up. Like, is Backlash gonna be in Texas or something?
I don't know where Backlash is, actually.
I'm gonna look it up because I meant to look it up the other day and I forgot. But literally the entire promotion for Backlash is all Stone Cold.
I've noticed that.
So so they didn't show that live, which is weird. Backlash 2018.
Newark,
Newark?
New Jersey.
Huh.
So why is it all
That's
Stone
really
Cold?
close, guys. Want to go to Newark?
Can we even get good tickets at this time?
Let's find out.
You're actually looking, oh my god.
Bitch. You think I want it?
This is what we're doing right now. Right here, right now.
Yes, looking up tickets.
We are trying to do a podcast right now.
Okay, fine. Yes, we'll look it up later.
Next.
Go ahead.
Next
Continue.
segment.
So then, Renee, who has had a very busy week, interviews Daniel Bryan backstage. And she asks, why he's so eager to help AJ. And he says,
Where do you want?
he has a list of dream matches that motivated him to come back. And he said AJ was at the top of his list because AJ is the best. And then there's somebody who shows up behind DB, and it is the newly drafted over to SmackDown and returning Big Cass.
Do you know what's funny about that? Is that when I was watching that, and he was like looking at him, I saw a meme online, and it made perfect sense. When he had his hand over Daniel, and it said, perfect size. I found my new Enzo.
That's awful. That's great, but that's awful at the same time. Bad internet. Bad.
Comparing Dan Bryan to Enzo Amore.
But then Cass is kind of just like, so you're what the big fuss is about? Little man. Clearly Cass is still a heel.
Yeah.
And then that segment just kind of ends, and we move to, which is a pretty good segue for that, Cass's ex-girlfriend's celebration for her title win.
The most important part of the night.
Because my bae is here.
No, Becky was there.
My bae.
Fuck your babe, Becky.
I thought this was just
My.
bad. This celebration.
We could. What really sucked is we couldn't see half of it.
Well, I mean, not.
Well,
not,
the screen went down.
Yeah,
we couldn't see anything.
Not to the point of the screen going down. Just Carmella and the mic just need to be very far away from each other.
She's very loud. And
Oh,
she sounds screechy
my
on
God.
TV.
Like the iconic duo sound
Bad.
sound bad on the mic, but they're supposed to be like that. Like that over the top, over dramatic.
Yeah.
Obnoxious.
Obnoxious, exactly. Carmella is just screaming into the mic.
Yeah, because the whole segment started, people were cheering for Carmella, and she basically told him, like, get off the bandwagon. Now
Yeah.
you want to cheer for me when you never did. Shut up.
Yeah.
To be fair, though,
I mean...
that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah. So then she starts bragging about beating Charlotte all on her own, winning the Money in the Bank all on her own, and plays a little video package showing only her winning the Money in the Bank, and no part of
I
Billie
don't
Kay
know
or
if
Peyton
you
Royce
could
cashing
hear it
in.
on the TV, but people in the crowd were chanting "Thank you, Ellsworth."
Yes.
Like really
Nope.
loudly in front of us. There were
I
people
didn't hear
just
that.
going nuts chanting "Thank you, Ellsworth" for half of that segment.
Well, after she plays that segment, she talks about how she's going to miss Frankie, her briefcase. I didn't know she named this thing.
Me either.
I did.
But she said she's going to love spending time with Cleopatra, the woman's title. She is definitely from Staten Island.
Yeah.
Then Charlotte comes out and basically calls her out like, you said you did it all by yourself, but I think you're forgetting two very important things. The first thing being James Ellsworth. The second, I burped. The second thing being the iconic duo, well, the Iconics, because apparently the duo part is just gone now.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Copyright. The Iconics assisting her cash in, quote unquote. Then the Iconics come out and they basically do what they did to Charlotte last week. They mock Charlotte, which I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of find it kind of funny when they mock Charlotte because of how obnoxious and overdramatic they are, because that's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
This then leads to Charlotte deciding to attack them, and Carmella just lays back and watches because she's not stupid and she's not going to get involved.
I was focusing on Carmella during this whole section because I couldn't see the other ones. And
All I
didn't
could see
feel
was
like
Carmella's butt.
looking up again because the where we were, the screen was so high up. But Carmella was just like looking at her side plates. She was taking the cloth and wiping down her.
Yep.
I'm like, this is awesome.
She wasn't interested in them whatsoever. She's like,
Nothing
I got
at
my
all.
title, I'm good.
Yeah.
Then, after that, Becky Lynch comes out to help even the odds while the Iconics beat up Charlotte. And for us, it goes to a commercial and we come back and we have the match between Charlotte
So
and...
you didn't get to see it either. God damn it. None of us got to see what happened. Because the screens were broken at the time and the crowd was like yelling,
Yeah.
fix the screens. And it was behind the ring. So unless you were on those side seats that normally aren't a good view, you couldn't see anything.
That's why the screens weren't on then. Because it cut to a commercial break. Every time it cuts to a commercial, those screens go off.
But we couldn't see anything.
That's
Which
why.
broke my heart because Becky went berserk. When the screens were working, all we could see was Becky like trying to rip them apart, and I was like, I love this side of Becky Lynch.
And I think that was the segment where they announced over the speakers that Shane McMahon made a match.
Yep, because it came back and they said Shane McMahon has just made this match between Billie Kay and Charlotte.
And then suddenly our things were working.
Yeah. Billie Kay and Charlotte, I feel like they had a really decent match. Charlotte helped Billie Kay look good. The crowd did not sound into it.
No.
It was
TV.
super boring.
Oh my god, the whole crowd was chanting like, this is boring. Or
We
like,
want Ellsworth.
It's to the point where I felt bad for Billie Kay because the crowd, everyone started chanting, "This is awful," and Billie Kay looked up and she looked just devastated. I didn't know if it got to her or if she was just trying to sell, but it genuinely looked like she was like, well, "What the hell?"
And then people were chanting, "We want Becky," like. And
What
then
was-
for a while, people were yelling for what comes
And
next.
to the point, and it's to the point where like beach balls would get inflated in the arena, and they were throwing them around.
I really don't see what was all that wrong with that match.
It wasn't super interesting from where we were, mostly because the whole build up to it, we couldn't see. Like, and then suddenly it was there.
I
and
didn't get a chance to rewatch it either, but I mean, according to everyone in the arena, they're saying this is awful. Something, I guess it was just boring to them. I don't know.
I mean, from my standpoint, like I said, I thought it was a pretty good technical match where it showed what Billie Kay can do because Charlotte was really putting off a lot of Billie Kay's offense. And then Billie Kay ended up tapping out to the figure eight.
Yep.
Really not surprised that they had Billie Kay tap out. Little bit upset because I feel like they should have kept their momentum going slightly. But Charlotte has her rematch with Carmella. I don't know when it's going to be televised rematch, but she has a rematch with Carmella, so they have to keep her up for that. I get it. Then Peyton, Billie Kay, and Carmella start beating down Becky Lynch and Charlotte. And now, which it's officially confirmed, Asuka debuts for SmackDown. Because I guess she was just going to go back to Raw.
Yeah,
It's
which
so
I
dumb.
feel like that was
I hated
a cop-out for a draft pick.
Oh, facts, that was a cop-out.
Because that should have been a draft pick because I feel like Alexa should have came back over to SmackDown. Because SmackDown...
My opinion to that too is like when you're in the Royal Rumble or like, and you announce which title you're gonna go after.
That is
you
now
kinda-
your show.
Yeah, you've made the jump.
Yep,
Because that's how they used to do it.
exactly.
Like if someone has money in the bank and they cash in on the opposite show and win the title, are they still on the other show?
Yeah.
No.
Edge. No, he moved over to SmackDown.
Right, he moved over.
But Asuka debuts, Asuka puts in work. Carmella actually books it out of the ring before Asuka even gets there. And then Asuka just puts the Iconics down. That's that segment. Then we get a video package for the club coming to SmackDown Live.
Yep.
Which I am happy with the club going to SmackDown. I feel like they will get a little bit better opportunities on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And they might try to do something with them and AJ again since they started doing something with them and Finn.
That's the ones
And that could lead to something with that.
I think that was
it's
very
like
smart of them.
160 apiece.
to bring the club over without Finn Balor, because I believe later in the what's coming up really fast is Money in the Bank.
Yep.
And can you imagine Finn winning Money in the Bank and then cashing it in on SmackDown?
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I just thought of that, and Eric's too busy, shopping over here to even understand the hell I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
We don't need him. We don't need him. But then, almost right after that, the Bar cut a promo saying that the SmackDown tag teams are nothing to them, and they're moving to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised that the Bar was
wasn't.
moving.
See, I thought it should have been the Revival, I think, because that would revitalize the Revival's career. Yep. And they're already Sheamus. They're not going to win these tag titles on Raw, and Sheamus is going to be going away because he's done.
Yeah, but who's to say that he truly is done?
Yeah, because we thought he was done at Mania, and he's still going.
He's still going, and he's actually getting more ring time now. He's
which is a surprise. In the ring. So maybe he's not done. He's too busy reading a shopping list.
Unless they have stated something otherwise, but it's been rumored for a long time that he's going away.
It has, but hey, things change.
Yeah.
So now, this leads to... I honestly think this was the funniest segment of the night. It was so stupid, but I could not help but laugh at it. The New Day are backstage, and they're talking about how the Bar are coming and the club are coming. And they look over, and I think it's Woods who says, "The Immortal One!" And R-Truth walks into the screen. And he's like, "Oh, alright." And Truth does this little comedy thing with them. Then Ty Dillinger walks up, mean mugging. And they're like, do you know him? And he goes, "Yeah, I know him." And they do this outrageous,
they have the
dash.
best handshake. They have the best handshake.
And it's mad funny, too, because he was like, "Alright, see you guys on Monday Night Raw."
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm so happy to be here on Monday Night Raw." And everyone just kind of stops and is like, "What?" And then they're like, "Truth, this is Tuesday, and it's SmackDown." And Truth goes, "Oh.
I'll see you tomorrow."
See you tomorrow. And everyone's just... My favorite part, though, was Ty Dillinger when he's like, is he going to be okay? And Kofi goes... No, he hasn't been okay for a long time.
Ever since Little Jimmy.
Ever since Little Jimmy done came in. Then that cuts to Saturday being announced for Smackdown.
Smackdown.
Guys, you want to get food after this? I'm hungry. For Smackdown Live, but there is no silhouette or image for Nikki Cross. I am not the happiest about that because I feel like they should have kept that group together. But if you think about it, down in NXT, they haven't really kept the four of them together for a while.
Yeah.
Nikki Cross has kind of been doing her own thing, but she hasn't shown up a lot. Killian Dane's been killing people. And,
yeah, it's weird that they bring these guys up.
Yeah.
And Killian Dane hasn't been really around with all of them either.
No, he's been doing his singles thing, and then the tag team has been EY and... Alexander Wolf, which I'm surprised about.
My thing was they let go of a guy named Sawyer Fulton.
Yep.
And he had so much potential. Then he got hurt.
And then they just never brought him back.
Had he came back with them to get pushed up to SmackDown and make Killian Dane his own thing.
Yeah.
You know, because
he was Big Damo for a while.
Exactly, and he's doing really well being a singles competitor right now. And same thing with Nikki Cross, but I'm hoping that Nikki goes to Raw and is part of that Woken thing. Because, I mean, I'm not saying she could be Sister Abigail, but, I mean, something to do with that stable would be cool. Because she still plays that crazy
We're going to get another Serena Deeb where she just shaves her head. I think the reason that they keep Alexander Wolf with Eric Young is because he's the least experienced out of all of them. He's the greenest out of the group.
And you know what's funny? He's the least experienced, but if you watch War Games... Oh my God!
Did you see him split his head open on those tables?
And he kept going.
Yep. I was like, it took me a minute because I'm like, where's Alexander Wolf? And I caught a glimpse of him on the side, and I saw the back of his head, and I was like, oh, they're cleaning him.
Yeah.
He's bleeding.
He's bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
But still, even then, Damo was the standout in War Games.
He was. And then even in that ladder match,
Oh, you're done shopping?
Well, no. I actually went to an article to read about Sheamus. So actually, ever since they announced that, he's been dealing with stenosis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for 6 months before he came with about it. But said that today I'm gonna talk about rehab and recovery, and he's been using like a special tool for rehab. Literally, he just lays there with his neck in a hammock. And I guess that works for...
That's really good for headaches, too, by the way.
It's good to know, actually.
Shelby tips for life, guys.
I deal with chronic migraines. The hammock thing for your neck really helps.
Yeah, so he's been doing that, and I assume it's been helping then.
All right, well, speaking of help, the next segment cuts to a woman outside on a camera introducing herself as Zelina Vega.
Yep.
Saying that Andrade Cien Almas is coming to Smackdown Live. Point for me. And
You said Raw.
I said Andrade was going to SmackDown.
No, you said Raw.
I don't have my notes to compare, guys.
Andrade was definitely going to SmackDown.
You said Raw.
I never once thought Andrade was going to Raw. Never once.
You remember him saying Raw, right?
I don't remember.
God damn it.
Andrade was always a SmackDown to me, and I even said Andrade needs to go to SmackDown.
I remember he said
I'll go
he was
home and I'll
gonna-
pull open my notebook and I'll look at what I have.
I remember he said that he was going to get called up, but...
I
SmackDown.
thought you ended up saying Raw.
SmackDown, SmackDown, SmackDown.
She swept the predictions.
Mine were pretty on point.
She swept. Gender, Natalia, Miz.
Yeah. And then who did you say was going to Raw? I mean,
Gender, Natalia.
Miz went to SmackDown.
I said whoever had the other title.
Yep, which was Jeff.
I think my girl choice was wrong though because I said Alexa, and Alexa.
You did
didn't-
say Alexa, yeah.
And Alexa didn't go, and and my tag team though was New Day, and New Day didn't go, and I'm
Yep,
really still sad
I
about
agreed with
this.
you on New Day. I didn't agree with you with Alexa. I thought Seth was coming up. No,
I
thought
have our
so.
notebook at home. I will
Yeah.
check.
Yeah,
it.
I
check
said
them.
Miz or Seth.
Yeah.
But,
You did.
So I got like the Miz part right.
You were like a 0.5.
Yeah.
I'll check.
And, no, there's no 0.5 here because he's been wanting half a point.
Yeah, there is no.
I'm giving him
Half
half
a-
points.
No, he gets no half points.
Listen, we round up on my height.
No,
we round
that-
up on
that's
our
not
points.
We aren't rounding
That's
up on your
not
height
even
either.
a half point thing because he said Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne would win. Neither of them won.
He did say Roderick Strong would be a tag team
I mean,
champion.
he
Screw
said-
you! Roderick Strong won!
He did
He
not
spent
win.
about
Yes, he did.
To be fair, he spent about 10 minutes doing the Velveteen Dream thing on our last session. So.
Oh, we'll get
Yeah.
to that when we're done here.
Oh yeah, that's how this podcast is gonna
wait a minute,
end.
hold on. Your Facebook post, I was like, really? It's gonna be a phenomenal night with a DREAM. Like
Man.
that whole thing, I was like, this asshole. So then it leads to our main event: Styles and Bryan versus Rusev and English. Really, kind of everything you'd expect from this match from AJ, Bryan, Rusev, English. Nothing really standing out of the ordinary. I did notice that AJ took a lot of the punishment and DB was going ham
Yes.
on everything. And then Nakamura shows up again and low blows AJ Styles. I mean, it's the ultimate form of disrespect for a man.
And like when he does it, he doesn't just like whack you.
Oh, no,
he
he's
like,
like-
lifts
he
you into
does
the.
it, and
he's
he
like
holds his hand there too, and he's just like, ah.
he's like holding you up by,
I hit you in the dick, motherfucker.
and he's holding you up there. He's getting ready to like full on flip you over
Yep.
him.
Or maybe he's like, this is what it feels like.
I hate you. Then, DB catches a big boot from Big Cass. Big Cass then, stands over DB. Big Cass is officially a heel on SmackDown, as we already knew.
Holding his fist in the air for what felt like
Yeah.
5
This
minutes.
is-
They had to wait for Renee to come out, I guess.
It felt like.
It felt like a
5
while,
minutes.
yeah.
This is where I got pissed because this is now 2 weeks in a row that WWE has caused a disqualification in DB's match, and we haven't got to see him finish a match.
That I honestly believe that is what they're doing. They're making you wait for it.
And it's getting me so heated.
They're doing their job then, because that's what they want.
But you were right about the whole Renee Young thing. But all we got out of that entire thing was,
Renee
sorry,
came
I
out.
don't
Yeah,
speak
she
English.
came out and she asked the same question. She's like, "Are you actually gonna talk now?" And he said, "No, speak English."
Yeah.
And that's how SmackDown Live ended.
That is
Except-
how it ended. And then when it cut off...
Wait, hold on. I have a really funny story to share with them. So we were talking about how we were at SmackDown, and we were like, "Oh man, are they gonna do 205 here?" And Eric
No,
here,
no,
in
we're
all
not
of his
talking about
genius,
this.
goes, "I don't know. Do they film 205 live?" And I went, "I don't know, Eric. Do they film 205 live?
Oh,
live?
is it pre-recorded?
Or is it
live?
pre-recorded?" And he
Brain
stopped.
fart.
and like gave me the dirtiest look as he realized that he was implying that 205 Live was in fact not live.
Listen, I had a brain fart, okay?
So
It
then
happens.
205 Live starts. And I look at him and I go, do you think they're recording for next week? Because I'm sorry, but why would you think that 205 Live is
Listen.
in the name?
I had a brain fart.
So when SmackDown goes off the air, and before it goes, like when it goes off the air, we get stay tuned for our blind main event
Yep.
of the night.
Shinsuke versus Randy.
And we were like, well, we're not going anywhere now.
Because,
And then we buckled up for 205.
which, did you watch 205?
I did. Our 205 live man over there.
Is staring at his.
You know what? Let's give this one to Shelby.
I actually paid a
Because
lot of
she
attention to 205.
loves Kalisto.
I do.
She does a lot of the 205.
You do
Live
need a
guys.
show
I-
to be in
So
charge of.
I really love my
I'm
high
willing to
flying
give
stuff.
up 205 Lives to Shelby.
Oh,
And
boy.
that's something, it doesn't matter if you're working on. You could always
I can
pop
watch
the
it.
network
Yeah,
on.
I almost popped the network on today to try to catch NXT, but I was unable to.
So Shelby, first match, how'd you feel? Mustafa Ali versus Arya Davari.
Mustafa Ali's, first of all, the new mask thing is super cool, and I really like it.
Will he face his scorpion?
That's exactly what I said when I saw the mask. I'm like, okay, so he is Sub-Zero now.
Okay, the match was actually really good,
we
in
know
my
what
opinion,
Scorpion is,
what I
though.
could see of it, because unfortunately I
But you
am
would
small,
tell me.
and the person in front of me was 7 feet tall. And standing up the whole time was not a good time. But the match itself was really good. I really like watching 205 when I get to, because I really enjoy, I love high-flying wrestling.
Same. Well, what it is now, not the old 205 live.
Right.
Yeah, the new 205.
Yeah.
Triple H's 205.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
It's,
me, that match, like Mustafa Ali,
it was too long.
It was.
It wasn't that. It was just. Have
It was
you
boring.
noticed that
The
Arya
formula
Davari,
from Mustafa Ali.
Have you noticed that Arya Davari can't keep up? Like, he's slow.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the match, it felt like the match dragged, and it was not Mustafa.
Well,
Yeah.
But I'm
the
sorry,
thing with
seeing Mustafa Ali's finisher live, oh my god.
I just want to
Scary
really
as
quickly point
shit.
out, watching Daniel Bryan do his cool flip thing off the third
Oh, yeah,
turnbuckle.
yeah.
Oh,
that
that's
was
so-
amazing. I was sitting there going, "Wow, the athleticism!" I just stared at it and I was like, "Damn!" But watching 205 in person is better than I think watching it through the network.
Oh,
because you get the adrenaline with it. Other people around you have the adrenaline.
Actually, the
a lot
crowd
of people
died.
left.
As soon as SmackDown was over,
Really?
people
Half
kind of
half
led,
the arena was empty.
Yeah.
and then everybody who was remaining just kind of flooded down to the bottom.
If you notice, when you're watching 205 Live, they only go up
Yeah,
to,
they
like,
don't cut a
the
lot of
front
the-
to the arena. That's
Yep.
it, yeah.
It's because everyone else left.
Yeah.
But the people who stayed were the people who were cheering for them, although no one seemed to know what kind of chants to do for the guys at 205 until later. But it felt like that match just took too long. 205 only had, 3 matches? Because it was Mustafa.
Was it?
Yeah, there's 3
It
matches.
was
It's always-
it was
it's always
Brian
3
Kendrick,
matches.
but the first match took
Yeah.
up most of the show. Because
Yeah.
the
I
Brian,
feel like the last match was the longest.
The second match was the last match.
the
was
second
longest.
match
Was the
Jack,
return of Brian Kendrick.
Brian
and-
Kendrick, Jack Gallagher versus 2 local jobbers who actually trained at the Spike Dudley thing, which is I read
When-
into that.
When
Wicked
I
cool.
watched it, the crowd was so not into that match.
No,
They
No,
weren't.
It was
at
just
one point
off.
people were yelling, "Let's go jobbers!" Because
Yeah.
what else are you gonna do when it's heels on the ring with jobbers?
Let's go
that
ring
was-
ropes.
That wasn't like a fun match to watch either, which is sad because Brian Kendrick is really good in the ring.
Oh, yes, I
And
love
so is
Brian
Gallagher.
Kendrick.
Gallagher has the
Yeah.
meanest headbutt I have ever
Oh,
witnessed
yeah, he
on
does.
the planet.
Meanest
I
headbutt-
thought I had a hard head, but I'm pretty sure if that man headbutted me, he'd break my skull.
He's
Have
so
you ever- I have never
technical in the
headbutted you.
ring.
Nope.
Like, other than Zack Sabre Jr., I'm probably giving Jack Gallagher second place for technical wrestling.
He did his thing where he stood when he does his thing where he just stands up for a while and puts his foot down,
Yep.
and then stands up for a while and puts his foot down. It's one of those things where you're like, that takes real strength to do.
That's a lot of core strength. right
That's
there.
so much core strength, dude. I can't keep my leg up when I'm standing up, and
go on. You go
it
on.
was really interesting to watch, but it was like a really boring match.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. They said it better. They said it better than I could. It was like, though this whole match was just an excuse for Gallagher and Kendrick to reestablish themselves as dangerous competitors. So
Yeah.
threw out 2 jobbers against them.
And
Yeah.
the announce table, they kept talking about, they said Brian Kendrick's over Hideo Itami breaking his orbital bone, was it?
Yeah.
Breaking his orbital bone, but I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
So they're planting seeds for that. Because I'm still waiting for them to introduce those tag titles.
Yeah. It's coming soon, I
And
think.
another thing too was after that match, Buddy Murphy was shown.
Yep, he didn't
failed
make weight.
He didn't see. I feel like that was a setup for him to not make weight.
I think it's a setup for him to enter the gauntlet as a surprise next week and just win.
That's the thing too that pissed me off because I was like, we're here now, just do it now. A lot of the shit was next week.
Yep.
But that was another thing that was next week. Drake
We'll
Maverick
get to that later.
booked a gauntlet match for next week to see who gets to face Cedric Alexander at Saudi Arabia. So
They don't, because unfortunately
next
this is
time.
right before a big event.
Yeah.
This was a SmackDown almost right before a big event. They're going to be like, next time,
Yeah, the go home shows.
going home shows suck. But then we got the best match of the night. And I'm sorry, but that might be a little bit of my bias.
Oh
So
no,
it's
that match was
Lucha-
great.
So it's Lucha House Party versus Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, the psychology in that match was amazing, just with Hideo trying to rip the masks off.
Yes.
That, I
Lindsay
got so
Dorado's
heated
mask
about it.
actually ripped.
I got so mad about it, because that is like such a form of disrespect. That I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I'll go in that ring and I'll slap you myself.
Do you want to get your orbital bone broken?
I don't care.
I
let's
think you
talk-
should care.
And let's talk about how Metalik looked like a freaking assassin in his black
Right.
attire.
Okay, I refuse
Okay.
to believe that man is 5'9", and more importantly, I refuse to believe that
He's
Lindsay is
175.
5'7", because if you put him next
He's
to
my
Kalisto, who's billed at 5'6", there is way more than an inch height difference. So one of them
Is lying.
BSing about their height. I, honest to God, as much as I love Kalisto, I think it's Kalisto, because they also claim that Sin Cara is like 5'10". And if you see the photos of Sin Cara next to Kalisto, there's more than 4 inches between them.
I was just thinking, and I was like, nope, never mind. That was the old Sin Cara that was 5'7". Never mind.
You stand me next to like Eric. I'm at his shoulders. That's about the height difference between Sin Cara and Kalisto. I'm 5'2".
To the point yesterday, you're definitely not 5'2".
I'm
I'm
5'2".
sorry. She turns to me. She was like, "Are you getting taller or am I shrinking?" She's
not-
like, "You're definitely getting taller," because she refused to accept that she's a 5 stack.
But the point is, I'm looking at him like, he's small.
He's small.
He's small, but like the fact that it was a tournament,
Tag
it was a
match.
tornado tag match, which meant we were watching everything as much as we could.
There was a lot of offense.
There was a lot going on.
And the best spot that I've never seen before executed was double moonsault outside.
That
Yep.
was so
Yeah.
cool, though.
And it was perfectly like symmetric. Everything was spot on. They
Yeah.
both did it at the exact same time.
That was well
You can
said.
say Graham Metalik is 300 pounds, but that man can flip.
I don't believe that man weighs
he
175
said-
pounds. You
yeah.
are lying to my face.
Apparently, Metalik weighs 175.
He's 5
But
pounds heavier
seeing
than
him in
Kalisto.
person and the way he looks, that homie is like 6'2", 240, and easily could look like he could be part of AOP.
Dude, I thought he could like lift the ring and flip it if he wanted to. But they put on a really good match.
Oh my God, yeah,
it
they
was
did.
such a good match. I was luching the whole time because I was excited to see Kalisto, even if Kalisto didn't wrestle. Why hasn't
believe
Kalisto
her.
been wrestling?
He came out when they won, and
He looked so happy.
I was like,
happy.
Kalisto, what are you doing?
He was throwing himself, hugging everybody. I was
Yeah,
just like, look
like
at him
his
go.
little like dance moves. I'm like, what are you doing, Kalisto? Stop it, please.
He's not a dad at your wedding. Chill.
He seemed like a dad
But
at my
he-
wedding.
I think he's hurt.
He has
He
to
could
be
be.
hurt because he's not participating.
Could be just like a nagging thing he's trying to work off.
Possible.
I was a little sad I didn't get to see him, like that he didn't stay at ringside either. But that was probably to avoid a potential DQ.
Yeah, because they had to blow this feud off at this point.
And if he was standing at ringside, they would have flown over the ring. He would have punched somebody.
Yep.
Or if he's hurt, he could have been caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm on the fence of thinking that Kalisto's probably hurt, which upsets me.
Yeah, because he wouldn't punch somebody like if they attacked him.
You want to nurse him back to health?
I would. Probably not actually. We're probably about the same height. I don't think he's 5'6". I'm so sorry. I love him anyway, but I think he's lying to my face about his size.
Well, it's not to your face,
To your ears.
To my eyes.
To my.
But the match was like really fun to watch. The finish was great.
Oh yeah.
That finish was so good.
Like the whole match with Hideo trying to work the masks. I'm like, if they win, like I like them better, but if they win, I'm gonna be upset.
Every time he reached for a mask, I was like, dude, you're gonna get kicked in the face. And I'm not saying it's by one of the guys in the ring.
Well, because if he ends up getting one of those masks off, that person's career is done as that person.
Facts.
That's just how the rules go.
Yeah.
And then
That's what
Kalisto's
happened
gonna
to-
come down and beat the hell out of somebody because That's how Kalisto was when.
Well, I feel like the luchadors, when they get into the whole thing where they know, like, people are going to try to rip off their mask, they know what they're risking.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have, like, measures to be like, there's no way this is coming all the way off.
Well, that's why they tie it really tight.
Exactly.
Those things are tied, like,
but that's the thing, like, when it was on Lince Dorado, like, he got the mask, like, almost above his eye, and I'm like,
See, we couldn't see that much from where we were.
If you watch it back, like, his right eye thing was ripped.
Ugh.
Like, it was ripped pretty bad, yeah.
I couldn't see it because I had the 7-foot-tall monstrosity in front of me. Thank you, dickbag. Literally, I moved further in to the seats to try to get out from behind this guy. Mm-hmm. He noticed that I was moving to see around him, and then he moved in front of me. I was like, dude.
And you didn't stutter him.
Dude, I was tempted.
Because I was like, going just in case. And he heard me say just in case and gesturing like this, moves where his kid is for his kid to switch with him.
And I was like, bro, I can see it. Well,
I honestly wanted to be like, bro, what the fuck?
I could see over his kid, sort of. Then he put his kid on top of the seat, and when the kid stood up...
Game over.
Yeah, and that was another thing. Like, the kids were just walking away, running up and down the aisle, and he wasn't doing anything about it.
Parent of the year.
Facts.
No, the parent of the year goes to the guy who brought a beer while he was with his kid. Just him and his kid drinking beer at a show. Just saying.
Pretty normal to me.
I saw him go for
See, like, for
beers.
me, it's like, if you're clearly driving, you don't, like, even if it's just a beer,
don't drink and drive,
with your
kids.
Damn kid.
But regardless, from what I could see of the match, it was super good. What I could see of the finish, it was really good. And then we got to see the blind main event.
Oh, before talking about main events, I forgot to mention this earlier. When Cass was in the ring, everybody in the crowd, almost everybody, was like, we want Enzo.
Oh my god, it was so tasteless. One guy actually looked and was like, I'm so disappointed in this crowd right now.
I feel like there was a lot of tasteless spots from the crowd in SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
Well, the Providence crowd was not happy with a lot of how we got shafted. To be fair, we were expecting 2 title matches. We didn't get
that. We didn't get.
Lols, nope, they happened today.
The crowd didn't chant, we want refunds.
Thought about it. Between that and then the really just terrible matches we had to deal with. Like, because SmackDown...
It was very lackluster.
Like, they had the perfect setup for, like, a 3-way women's tag match. And they were like, nah.
Yeah. It was very lackluster, except for DB and AJ. And Samoa Joe.
And even then, the DB and AJ, like, it didn't even get a finish.
No, again.
I think 2 matches got a finish.
Yeah, roughly. That makes sense. But that led to the dark match, which also didn't get a finish.
Yeah, how'd that go?
So, honestly, it was going very well. It was a really good match. But Shinsuke was about to get RKO'd. He dodged it and low-blowed Randy.
Yep, that's his thing now.
And then started attacking Randy, and then out came AJ
with his
a man
fabulous man bun.
And Shinsuke ran, which then led to AJ grabbing a mic. He was like, "You okay, Randy?
Crowd.
You okay?" He's like, "He got you in the balls too." It's okay.
He didn't say balls.
No, he did say balls for Randy. He was like, "He hit you in the balls. It's okay. He hit me in the huevos."
And then the rest of the night was him. The rest of the speech was him talking about his huevos, and then going, "You have kids, right?"
You got 5?
I have 4. And we're not
having any more.
It was the best thing. And then as we were all leaving, he thanked the crowd for being a great crowd, which it didn't feel like we were a great crowd.
To AJ,
Yeah.
it was fantastic. Everyone else, it was like, go home.
AJ,
it was like AJ, Rusev,
Shinsuke, and Samoa Joe.
The crowd was
Jeff.
The crowd was really loud.
Jeff.
The crowd was really, really loud.
I was clapping in time with Jeff's music. Let me tell you though, I nearly like rammed my head into him jumping up for like Becky. Becky came out and I was like, boom, out of my seat before anybody else was, and I was like, get out of my way, Bay is here.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how it ended. Another low blow, and that's I think 5 nut shots we saw in one night because Jeff caught 2 of them.
Oh my god, Jeff kept getting like, Jeff is having a rough week. That's twice this week he has like landed on the top rope in a way that I'm just going
3 times because it happened twice on SmackDown.
Rest in peace, Brother Nero's balls.
I guess you could say it was wonderful. Yes.
The breaker of balls.
Oh my god, that's gonna be one of the most awful punishments I've ever thought of. Whoever loses at one point in time the whole month has to do the podcast as a broken persona.
Ooh, I like
That'll be awful for the rest of us.
I feel like whoever plays like third and fourth for the predictions, someone has to do Matt, and then the other has to do Brother Nero.
I think you just have to come up with whatever you can for a broken thing. You just basically have to be broken.
Yeah.
But we're not done yet because NXT. I did not get to watch NXT.
I
Neither
didn't,
did
but me and Nell actually know everything because we looked up the recordings.
Hey guys, we're supposed to watch all the shows, and none of us watched NXT this week.
Well,
Oh.
let's see here.
I saw highlights.
I got a text message yesterday saying that we now have to record Wednesday night and can't record Thursday
Yes.
for the first part.
I'm sorry.
The second part was, he said, or we could do it on Friday. And then I said, well, Friday I work at 2. And then he texted me today while I'm at work. So after NXT? And I was like, yeah, no, I'll just move all my plans around. It's fine. I don't think he picked up on the saltiness of that, but there was a lot of salt in there.
I didn't pick up on that saltiness.
And then you said something else. And I said, waves finger enthusiastically.
Oh, because I said we were going to do it here.
Yeah, and I said, waves finger enthusiastically. There was no enthusiasm there. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, that I know.
So then,
I bailed on the mic because
He
I don't have
texted
anything
me-
to say on this one.
and I'm like, all right, are we doing this? It's like 10 o'clock. What's going on? And he's like, Shelby just got out of work. I'm like, you didn't tell me Shelby worked.
I work.
And he was like, yes, I
Constantly.
did. And I said, you said we were doing it, quote unquote,
You see,
after NXT.
He does this a lot. He like yells at you because he thinks in his little head.
I
that
didn't
he
yell
told
at
you
him.
Something.
I thought I told him she worked on Wednesday because he should know by now she works every Wednesday.
You always.
How do I know
this.
that she works every Wednesday?
I don't normally work every Wednesday. I currently work every Wednesday because somebody quit.
Oh,
On top
well
of somebody
then.
else quitting.
Who's very out of...
You worked,
I wasn't supposed to work this Wednesday.
but you worked the Wednesday before.
I was.
And the
I did.
before that
But
one,
I was
too.
not supposed to work this Wednesday.
Wonderful.
So break down the NXT that I did not get to watch because I was not
All
prepared
right, so
to record
this
this
NXT
tonight.
spawned in the very beginning was Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Johnny pretty much saying that, you know, the past few, I want to say months? What?
Exactly. Be louder.
Johnny Gargano!
Oh my god. But no.
What?
Do you not want to move closer?
No, I was actually pretty comfortable. But
Oh, fine. Go get comfortable.
That's okay.
Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae were in the ring.
He's trying to steal NXT from you.
That's fine. He steals everything.
I do not steal everything.
But they're in the ring. They were talking. They're saying that the past few months that they
Don't
didn't
forget the big
have
pop that Johnny got.
Johnny wrestling, chants, all that.
Yeah,
good stuff.
surprise.
We know. We don't need to mention that you got popped. But
Well, that just
we
makes it
didn't
sound
get
like
killed,
a total.
bro.
Like,
Calm
dude,
down.
we were in Providence. You don't want to
Shit.
talk about that kind of shit.
Yo, 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 yo. Pop a 40 and check your rollies. It's crime time.
I miss them.
Anyway.
But for what it was just him saying how Tommaso Ciampa took most of his work for the past few months, and he wants to get back on track. So he pretty much sent out a challenge to Aleister Black.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and Candice LeRae, main event of NXT, is versus Zelina.
Zelina gets to fight. About time.
You were wrong. He didn't. He said that he would be promised to be #1 contender.
Well,
He did-
regardless, he said he's going to be #1 contender.
Yeah.
According to the rest of the show, he gets his wish. Stop doing that.
You're jumping the gun, sir.
I'm not jumping in.
You're interrupting him.
This is a
You
review.
had your time.
Yes, this is NXT. This is where he is supposed to
But
shine.
he's jumping the gun.
Oh, when you were jumping the gun all over the place last week on Raw?
Well, that's because
Jumping all over the
become-
place this week.
Oh, I didn't take notes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot which match was
Oh boy,
what.
you need
Let
to
him live. Continue, Nell.
So the next after that was, this is a very brief thing here because it's getting wicked freaking late. But the next thing was Dane was, I guess, had a short little interview. Says that Sullivan took something from him at TakeOver New Orleans, but tonight he's gonna take everything from Sullivan. So them two will be facing off later on tonight in a no disqualification match.
Ooh.
Yeah, apparently it was pretty freaking fantastic. But the next match was Ricochet versus Fabian
Eichner.
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 Eichner,
Eichner.
yeah.
Who the hell is that?
He was
Sorry.
in the Cruiserweight Classic, and then he's got a couple matches here and there on NXT. He's a good wrestler. I like
He
him.
is?
He's one of those rare like big guys who can move.
Okay. So, apparently it was a pretty good match I mean, we all know who's going to win this because it was his Full Sail debut.
Yeah.
Ricochet beats him with a 630 for the victory. It was a lot of back and forth. Apparently I don't know him, but Fabian got a lot of good spots on Ricochet. They made it pretty close, but this was too obvious to know who was going to win. Crowd was chanting Ricochet. They were all over him. It's obvious again. He's going to be the hottest thing in NXT. I'm assuming once Johnny leaves, whenever that time may be. But he wins via pinfall. After that, we see what happened last week, the debut of War Raiders interfering in the tag match. They destroyed both of them. What?
War Raiders. I still can't get over that. Fucking War Raiders.
Just get over it. Who cares? That's what, like the authors of Pain.
But they can use their real names, Hanson and Rowe.
Yeah, that's true too.
Maybe they wanted to keep the copyright and WWE wanted it, and they were just like, nah, just change it. I don't know. But yeah, showed War Raiders interfering in a tag match. They will make their official Full Sail debut next week. No, I'm just playing next.
Yeah.
I just have to say next week because everything was freaking next week.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, this is NXT. They run on a different schedule.
I guess.
Different schedule and proper writing.
But before that, we got an EC3 vignette.
Ooh.
Yep, talking about how he comes from wealth. He's top 1%.
Dixie Carter's nephew.
Yep. It's pretty much everything we already know about EC3. He's just trying to force it down your throat.
I am the top 1%.
And then to respond to Killian, Lars talked and said that, not in the ring, said that he was outside. But it says that he'll do whatever enters his mind tonight against Dane, and the crowd will see why he's a freak of nature. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But before that, we go back to War Raiders versus JC and Chris.
The Metro Brothers.
The Metro Brothers?
The Metro Brothers.
Those are not the guys with the headbands, right? The yellow headband.
No, that's a
different group.
Street Profits.
So who the hell are this? Like, my God.
It's NXT. Do you know how many people they have under developmental?
Legit.
Yeah, were probably like a jobbing tag team.
So there's a jobbing tag team for War Raiders. It says that they won easily.
Of course.
I mean, it's obvious. Like, I don't really
Their
need to
tag
go
team
through that.
offense is ridiculous.
Let me see. According to this too, the fans were chanting, "Somebody stop the damn match," because War Raiders were just beating the shit out of those two. That's pretty funny.
Stop the damn match. Stop the damn match.
Alright, so the next thing was at the Performance Center, NXT Women's Division Champion Shayna Baszler.
Oh boy.
Says there's a meeting going on that she's late for. She walks in and interrupts the coach. Baszler says this is now her locker room, sees Ember Moon's name on her locker, and rips it off and puts the Queen of Spades on it.
That bitch.
How do you feel, Eric?
That bitch.
She's got a bigger locker room now. Give her a break.
She tells the
That bitch.
She tells the other woman to get behind her or she'll run through them. At one point, Dakota Kai goes to get some water, and Baszler gets in her way, wondering where she's going. Baszler then bounces from the locker room. So I guess Dakota Kai is still playing this I'm afraid gimmick.
I love Dakota Kai in the ring. She's actually really good.
She is.
So we have a vignette for someone new.
Oh.
Kona Reeves.
He's been there before.
Really? Because this looks like a whole
He's probably maybe just repackaged.
Yeah.
Kona Reeves didn't really do much. He did the thing. Oh my God, who am I thinking of? Do you remember that before Velveteen Dream got all his vignettes and everything, he was just Patrick Clark?
Yeah.
The Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
And then he went away for a while, and then he started getting vignettes as the Velveteen Dream. I think that's what they're doing for him.
Okay. Because his thing was the finest hair, the finest smile, and everything else.
But there's only one Ricochet, and he makes it look good. I just love that tagline. I'm sorry.
Alright, so next up, Pete Dunne.
Oh boy.
Wasn't there. He was talking, I guess, somewhere in the back, I'm assuming. Says that he'll be back in a few weeks. When he returns, he plans on ripping Roderick Strong's head off.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yikes.
Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane. I need to see this match. We all need to see this match because the ending showed who was it? Killian. Let me see real quick. It was a long ass match. All right, so it was Lars Sullivan hitting the freak accident on a stack of chairs to Killian Dane, and Lars Sullivan won clean 1-2-3.
Well, yeah, with Killian going up, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I got to see that match because it was just a brutal match between Dane and Sullivan.
Yeah.
Which I want to see because I'm not sold on Sullivan.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like him at all. But I need to watch this match to see what he can actually do.
What is it about him that you don't like at the moment?
I've only seen 2 matches from this guy. Once against Cassius Ohno, which I thought was terrible, in my opinion. And then the other one was that ladder match where he didn't really get that much spots. He did big moves on guys, but...
I know he had a match with Roddy Strong, right? Was it Roddy or was it...
I don't think it was Roddy, but him mentioning someone just now actually reminded me that we were expecting him to get his call-up in Cassius Ohno, and he
that
didn't.
too,
Yeah, now that I think about
I
it.
completely forgot all about that.
This could be like a SummerSlam move, because you know how SummerSlam, sometimes
Yeah.
they get like 1 or 2 more guys spawns up? Yeah.
I can see that.
But apparently, according to WWE, they're being wicked selective on who they're bringing up now because of what past history shows. But
They're
past
bringing
history
people up
shows
too
that you're
fast.
bringing people up, don't know how to use them. It's not that they're
Exactly,
not ready.
it's not their fault.
It's just you don't know. Like Tyler Breeze, phenomenal NXT
My boy,
star.
Breezy.
What's he doing?
Nothing.
The
Ascension.
fashion, please.
Ascension. The group, like when they pin someone, that all the fans chant or ya.
Yeah.
Like what are they doing now?
Not in the
Will
wastelands.
you be my best friend?
Yeah. And
What do you
that's-
mean we're not your friends?
That's the thing with Breezy. He literally was absolutely nothing until they put the Fashion Police together.
Well,
And
they
it made
kind of
him
got
someone.
themselves over with the fashion files.
Yeah, and what doesn't Vince like when you get over on yourself? Like, when you get yourself over.
When you get
and
over on yourself,
My
ladies
friend
and
Alex
gentlemen,
shirt
as he hits his head on the ceiling because he's an idiot.
Did you hear my teeth?
So
That was your teeth? I thought it was your brain rattling around in there.
No, that was my teeth.
too
chomping.
small for that.
So
That's why I thought the rattle was.
There's nothing up there to rattle.
So next up, backstage, we have the Undisputed Era with Bobby,
Dun, 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 dun.
with Bobby Fish and all of them there. Bobby Fish still, I guess, is healing.
Well,
Okay,
he
I'll
tore
stop.
his ACL.
Yeah. They gloat about the title victories they post for the new photo shoot. It is announced that Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong are the tag team champions of the group. Obvious. I don't think they're going to put Adam Cole in there.
No, he has the other title.
Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly are official, the Undisputed Era tag team champions. Adam Cole was interrupted. Says that he will defend the NXT North American Championship next week against Oney Lorcan.
I like Oney Lorcan a lot.
So we shall see who wins that.
Oney Lorcan.
I probably will be so surprised. Yes.
Oney Lorcan, new North American champion.
Main event: Candice LeRae versus Alina Vega.
Oh, I'm sure that was great.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna read a summary for it. Vega with some trash talking. LeRae drops her, heads up to the top rope. Almas suddenly shows up for the quick distraction as Vega drops her to the mat. Out comes Gargano. So pretty much, they're on their separate like rings. So they're watching their own like they're there for their girl, obviously. Let me see here. So towards the end, Vega tries for the hammerlock DDT, the one that
Andrade
does, but gets rolled up for a 2 count. Chops and forearms to Vega over and over again. LeRae with a running elbow heads up to the top rope and hits a missile drop kick. LeRae with a hurricanrana.
Heronic.
She locks in the Gargano escape. Almas jumps in the ring, and Gargano also locks in the Gargano escape.
And they tap together.
They tap together.
Now,
And that is the end of Vega and Almas.
We got to do it one more time for Nigel McGuinness here. L.E. Golo.
Ellie Golo. And you know what's funny is that Nigel is not there, and he won't
Yeah,
be there.
he just had a kid.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have a kid.
Yeah, and he's not there for the next 4 weeks. Right now, Percy Watson
It's taken over
Hawkins?
for Watson. It's taken over for 205 Live, and is it just going to be him and Mauro for
him
NXT?
and Mauro, and actually he's a mainstay on NXT now, so they're gonna use 3 people for NXT.
I do want to mention something about the Candice LeRae and Zelina Vega match.
Go for it.
That roll up from that Hammerlock DDT was flawless and so clean. Like,
Don't hit your head.
that was the most beautiful roll-up I've seen.
Is it because it was Zelina Vega getting rode up?
No, Candice LeRae made it look beautiful. Like, Candice LeRae doesn't get enough credit.
Candice LeRae gets a lot of credit, actually.
But not enough. She needs a lot more credit. She is phenomenal.
So the best part about this whole thing was after they left, they didn't leave, but post match, when Zelina and Almas on like against the floor trying to heal up, Aleister Black's music hits. Tells Johnny Gargano, "You want it, then next week you shall have it," and that's how the show closes.
So even though none of us watched NXT, I think NXT won this week.
NXT won this week purely because of storytelling.
Yeah.
When it comes to like surprises, I think SmackDown won because of Joe.
That was the biggest surprise.
And then Cass's return.
That wasn't big. Like,
to me, that was big because Cass has been gone for 8 months.
Yeah, but he's been cleared since before WrestleMania.
Okay, so tell me why Raw won then. Because what shocked you? Because it sure as hell wasn't Fandango. It wasn't Jinder Mahal.
Listen, Fandangoing. Come on.
Fandango. That's why Raw won, because you got the Fandango.
But no,
live?
honestly, they won because they got better. Like,
who?
Honestly, AOP going over is big. Ember Moon alone is the second biggest acquisition next to Bobby Roode. And then Bobby Lashley's return after he's been gone from the company for how long?
Once again, I'm not sold.
You're not sold on Bobby Lashley? I absolutely loved Bobby Lashley.
His time off of WWE was better than his time on it, honestly.
It was.
I am looking at this more as not who returned and who did that. I'm looking at more as what did Raw lose, what did SmackDown lose. Solely the shakeup. I'm not looking at who came back.
Yes, but that
SmackDown
counts
had better
as the draft.
acquisitions,
They
in my
literally
opinion.
listed those people as being draft picks.
And this is why SmackDown won for me, because SmackDown got a whole new tag team division. The club, the bar.
SmackDown got the best out of this.
SmackDown
I agree.
did get the best.
I agree.
But basing
Raw
it off
honestly
of
got
a
shafted.
show, I feel like SmackDown lost.
Honestly, Joe should be...
All in all, like, SmackDown's show was very lackluster compared
Okay,
to
but
Raw.
here's the thing. They got Joe.
How is SmackDown's show lackluster?
We saw 2 complete matches
What
of
do
the
you
entire
mean?
show.
Raw got a 10-man bullshit tag team match. SmackDown got AJ and Daniel versus Rusev and Aiden.
Yes, and we didn't, like, we
Yeah, it
didn't
didn't
see
complete.
anything.
It didn't complete, but that's because we know AJ will be facing Shinsuke. Daniel Bryan's going to face Big Cass. And ultimately...
They're setting up.
Big Cass will probably go over Daniel Bryan, as much as I hate to say it.
No, there's
No.
no way.
I'm telling you, if Daniel Bryan beats Big Cass, what's next for Daniel Bryan? He's probably going to face off against Samoa Joe, right?
I think
I
they're
don't think
gonna.
they should
I
go
really
with
think they
Joe.
can make that triple threat a thing, and I think they're gonna insert him in there because DB got Kinshasa
But
too.
why put Big Cass in this? Because then
I don't know.
Then that's a fatal 4-way, and then Joe's not doing anything, so you need a fatal 5-way.
I hate fatal 5-ways. I really
Or
do.
I
see,
think once you put more
that
than 3 people
last
in there,
fatal
you're gonna
5-way, they were like, okay, it's a fatal 5-way now.
I think once you put
It's
more
like,
than 3
why
people
you
in
just
there, you
keep
get
adding into this match?
Well, that last one they were like, oh, now it's a 6-pack challenge.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Daniel and Shinsuke and AJ as much as anyone else, but Backlash isn't the place to do that. It's going to be AJ versus Shinsuke. in a
If they're gonna
rematch.
They're
that,
saving
that's
that
gonna
for
be
like a Money in the
SummerSlam.
Bank or a SummerSlam
Yeah.
because they're trying to make Money in
They're
the
saving
Bank
that
bigger.
for a big one.
Well, they're trying to make Money in the Bank one of the big now 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
they could try it with that.
I fully expect that's where Joe will be in that Money in the Bank match, too, so I don't see him getting into something right now.
That's the thing too to think about. Joe
I-
could win Money in the Bank.
I don't think he's going to win. I think Balor's going to win.
I like the idea that you had.
It's probably like more of my like heart pulling at this, but I feel like Balor could win and then cash in on SmackDown.
That I would love to see, and then we
I
get
want
Balor
Finn
over.
Balor.
Yeah,
Finn Balor
that's when
is
he wasn't
over,
listening
guys.
to you.
Yeah, he was shopping at that time.
Finn Balor for over.
Yeah, I saw that on the shirt that I got, and I stopped and I was like, wait a second. For everyone, but the O and the ver is like capitalized, and I'm like this.
Because Vince doesn't think he's over.
But I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of.
I like the idea.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we kind of
not.
need to wrap up this because I have to be up for 7:30 tomorrow because I have to open at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So we probably need to wrap this up.
Mhm.
I'm calling it, guys. Let's go. I won't open, but I will close.
All right,
You gotta close it properly.
All right. So thanks, guys, for joining us for today's podcast. I'm Shell. This is Nell on the side of me, and then
Sinister.
Sin looks like he's about to take a nap.
Yeah, not on my bed.
And we have Zell over here in the corner. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.